There's no need to sing.
I know.
Alright.
And also, you wouldn't have been able to see me
So
start your
Charles
eyes.
explained to the boys before, this is the part in the video where the 151 graphic will float up. Magical and show that. And then it's going to go into a crappy little thumbnail that I created. So
Nice.
it's going to slowly fade into the room. We're all chatting around. Oh, hi there. Welcome to 151 Gaming. And welcome to our E3 2018 recap and review video. If you're not sure who we are, here we have Cameron, also known as Rainbow Clown, Jordan, also known as Clarky Boy 1314, Tyrone, also known as The Battle King, and I'm Sean, also known as And One Yoga. So, if you didn't know, we're currently in the middle of E3, which is the Electronic Entertainment Expo, and it's basically the biggest convention for video games of the year. The biggest and best developers and publishers come together to reveal what exciting games are on the horizon and coming soon. There's still plenty of games to play for the people that are there, but for the people that are stuck at home like us,
People that live in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, losers.
Yeah, that's all done, and we've now seen and heard all the conferences and all the games that are coming from different, studios and developers. So, in this video, we're going to recap that. We're going to recap which games have been announced. Then each of us are going to spotlight 3 games each that we're most excited to play. After that, we'll give out some awards like most likely to succeed, most
Biggest
likely to
penis
flop.
award.
Yes. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
This is not my leg.
Well, good recording, guys. Oh, wait, there's more?
And then to finish up, we're going to do a top 10 list each of what we thought was the most exciting game that's coming out.
Yes.
So, let's get this started. Let's run through what conferences happened and what games were announced. Starting with Cameron.
So, started with EA, which the EA showcase was really disappointing to me. It was like they announced Anthem, which was great, they talked about Anthem, which was great, but it was very disappointing.
Very true.
The highlights of that were Battlefield 5, FIFA 19. They announced the name of the Star Wars game that's coming out, Jedi Fallen Order, but it's years away. Unravel 2, they released during the conference, which was really cool. I like when developers do that.
Yeah, I love when they're like, and you can play it now.
That happened with a Fallout Shelter
Yeah, they did the same thing.
last year.
Unravel 2, I already said that. Sea of Solitude is just like the most depressing German game ever made, which is impressive for Germans.
Schade.
Command & Conquer Rivals is a mobile game that I'm not sure whether it's ruining a really famous strategy series by putting it on mobile, but what can you do? And then Anthem at the end.
We can fight.
With nukes, apparently.
Oh, yes.
Because that's in the game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the main feature of the game. You nuke your opponent.
Oh, cool.
And then Anthem. And that was EA.
Do you reckon Trump and Kim Jong-un should just settle it over Command and Conquer?
No, they're friends now, apparently. They did the most aggressive handshake ever seen.
Yeah.
They had hamburgers for lunch.
They did.
Alright, next up, we
Also
have
known as Melania Trump.
the Xbox showcase. Now, Xbox lost their fucking minds this year. They just announced everything that they have been thinking about for the past 5 years. So we will start things off with Halo Infinite, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Fallout 76, Captain Spirit, Crackdown 3, Metro Exodus, Kingdom Hearts 3, Sea of Thieves DLC, Forza Horizons 4, We Happy Few, PUBG War Mode, so PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, Division 2, not what I've got written down here. We'll show that to you later. Session, Black Desert, which is an MMO, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Devil May Cry 5, Cuphead, new DLC, Jump Force, Battletoads, Just Cause 4, Gears of War 5, Cyberpunk 2077, and that is Xbox done.
Very nice.
And over to Bethesda, which was surprisingly not too bad. It was
Very
pretty
good
good.
conference. Best host of the whole.
Also, best video game company of all time. Just putting it out there.
Also, Todd Howard.
Oh yeah, Todd Howard. Love that guy.
Like the Jesus of video games.
He is.
No, wait. People believe in Todd
Except he's more likable than Jesus.
He's written up. Okay, so with the Bethesda, we have Rage 2, Doom Eternal, Quake Champions, which we're big fans of Quake, Wolfenstein Youngbloods, Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls, the mobile game, Blade?
Yeah, Blades, the mobile game.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
For those of you that don't know, Ty is employed, which is better than us three. So he didn't actually have time to watch like 6 hours of conferences where all of us were just like, so
And then we watched the conference.
yeah, that was just us hanging out beforehand. So he's not quite up to date, but he's up there. He's up there.
Okay, so Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
Very exciting.
Yeah, Starfield, very exciting.
Yeah, Cam's got to rock hard because the first IP.
Still not my leg.
Yeah. 25 years. Then we had Square Enix. They didn't have many. They had Babylon's Fall, Octopath Traveler, which is pretty high.
Used to be called Project Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Still not a good name.
No. Had The Quiet Man, and then Kingdom Hearts again, which was in nearly every showcase.
Yeah, it got shown 3 times,
Yep.
but only 2 trailers.
Very true.
The Square Enix trailer was the same as the first trailer.
That was about it for Square Enix.
I feel like Square Enix should have done Just Cause 4 as well.
Yeah, they should have.
I think they re-showed the same trailer
Oh, okay.
that had already been
So it wasn't a
shown.
new presentation?
No.
Because I think Square Enix made Just Cause.
Yes.
Right.
Next was Ubisoft, which started with the weirdest dance number that was announcing Just Dance 2019. Was just fucking strange. And then a really awesome trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Pump for that.
Trials Rising, which they did a whole thing on. It's just Trials. The Division 2, again, also not what I've got written here. You'll see that one as well. Skull and Bones is Assassin's Creed Black Flag without the Assassin's Creed part.
And half the good stuff of the ceiling part.
Transference VR, Starlink, the Marching Fire DLC for Honor, which brings a new mode and a new faction, which is pretty cool. The Crew 2 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Talk about that in a second. The Sony showcase was up next. Possibly one of the best presentations of the show.
Sony crush it every year, man. They're
That
just
was amazing.
On top of the game. Right?
So, The Last of Us 2 and The Last of Us 1 was ridiculously popular. Started with Last of Us 2. Then there was Spider-Man, which is heavily anticipated, especially by all of us here that are Marvel lovers, as you could probably tell by the decor on the wall. Death Stranding, which is Norman Reedus' walking simulator. Ghost of Tsushima, which has got me raving about it for the past 26 hours or so, where I'm just like, oh, samurai!
Also true.
Then there's the countdown to E3 games, which was shown before E3, which include the Tetris Effect, Days Gone, which is like a zombie thing, Ghost Giant, which is like a VR game where you have like ghost hands and interact with people. I think a fly just fucking dive bombed me. And Beat Saber, which is basically you are a Jedi drummer, which is
Guitar
great
Hero
for some people.
with lightsabers.
That's fucking bad.
There was also new DLC for Destiny, a game called Control, Resident Evil 2. I'm not sure if it's a remake or not.
It is a remake.
It's a remake?
Confirmed that it's gonna
This is
be
why I
a
hang
remake.
out with these guys to keep me in the know. Trover Saves the Universe, which was the best, like just random ad ever,
That's
which was
great.
Bathtub Guy.
Bathtub guy, Justin Roiland.
Justin Roiland, who you should know from Rick and Morty.
And if you don't, watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Definitely watch Rick and Morty.
Pause this video.
I appreciate the fact, though, that Justin Roiland played the only 2 characters in that trailer.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3, again, for the 3rd time, in E3.
This time it was a different
And-
trailer, though.
Neo 2, which is like a samurai werewolf looking
Neo
thing.
had a lot of.
It's a very Dark Souls
Yeah.
type game.
Yeah.
First game had a big cult following, so
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of people happy about
Also, From Software are also making a samurai game, who are the people who make Dark Souls.
Yeah, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yes. So now there's 2 Dark Souls type samurai games coming.
And then there's Ghost of Tsushima, which is a samurai game that looks very witchery. We'll talk about this in a sec. We're going to go over to a different showcase.
that. The last showcase, actually.
Nintendo!
Yes.
Which actually is something that I fucking know about.
The other one
So,
I haven't watched.
big time stuff up I sort of think is Fortnite for Switch, but you know, they've got to branch out the consoles like they did with mobile.
You think it's a stuff up? Oh, this is contentious.
Not,
Yes.
not compatible with the PS4 version either.
Yeah, I tried just before to sync my account, didn't work.
Oh no.
It's
I
got
can't wear my skin.
Oh
it's
no.
got crossplay with all the other versions except PS4, which is weird. Why have it if you're not going to have it with all
This
of
is
them?
why I'm like,
Very true.
big Super Smash Brothers hype. over here, not over here. Over
Is
here.
it? Would you
Over
say
there.
it's just
Over there.
it's just me that's not.
Yeah.
Would you say it's ultimate hype?
Oh fuck.
Yes.
Go.
Would you say so much that that's what they're gonna call the game? Yes.
Okay.
hate
Damon
Nintendo.
X Machina, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion, the incredible Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee, which is coming out in November, which everyone is, you could see by the reactions. Super Mario Party, which we all sort of expected and waited for, heard nothing about, and then bam, there it was.
With a release date too.
Which
Yeah, release date.
I'm super psyched about
Yeah.
because now we finally get the motion sensor. Besides Wii, which was okay, but now like with how far Switch has evolved with their motion sensor, real keen for that. So Fire Emblem, the Three Houses.
Yeah, Three Houses. I'm really excited about that.
You are.
Nobody else in this room gives up.
Are you excited
Fuck.
about the
In
release
fairness,
date, though?
have never heard of it.
Are you excited about the release date though? I heard a lot of people aren't happy. It's that far away. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Vision.
Fire Emblem: The Three Houses is like the 17th game in the Fire Emblem franchise.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
Still not heard
that's
of it.
how little anybody knows about
So
it.
it's like Tekken. Just keep bringing another one in.
That's it.
Overcooked 2, which
Very
we're
excited
we're
for.
all
That's
Very
on-
excited
yeah.
for.
We all
That's
play.
on-
Check
yeah.
out our videos.
We're gonna make videos
So
on
are we
that.
going to spend like 8 hours in
Yeah,
one day
done,
crushing
yeah.
it?
Me-
Three
for
stars?
those who don't know, me and John sat down in one whole day and 100% it over.
Yeah. The
For those
three
that don't
stars.
know, you will see us do that with Overcooked 2.
Very much.
Yeah, definitely.
Killer Queen Black, Hollow Knight, and Octopath Traveler.
Nice.
All right.
Still terrible name for it.
Yeah, very true. So,
It seems very like Dungeons and Dragons-y, where it's like 8 people that all have different classes.
It's
you
called
go through.
yeah.
it's called Octopath Traveler because you can pick from one of 8 playable characters who all have their own stories.
Yeah.
So you travel through 8 different paths. So it's
Octopaths?
called Octopath Traveler.
I mean, a lot of thinking went into that name.
Really not.
Alright, moving on. Now we're going to go into our top 3 each that we're
All
most
right.
pumped for. Would you guys like me to kick it off?
You kick it
Yes.
off.
We're
please.
kicking it off with the big hype, Spider-Man coming to PlayStation 4.
Yes!
Oh man, I'm so excited. Yep,
Win.
being developed by Insomniac Studios and due for release on September 7th this year, right around the corner.
That's
Not too far
fucking
away.
soon.
It's
That's
It's the
very
middle
soon.
of June right
Yeah,
now.
it is, yeah.
It's a really good.
Now, I think everyone knows Spider-Man. Don't really need to explain who it is, what it's about. Anyway,
Imagine, if you will, a guy that has the same sort of characteristics as a spider. He's got 8 legs, he's hairy, he's ugly, he's got like 12 eyes.
That actually happened once in the comics.
Love the optimism.
Peter Parker actually became like a spider.
When it looks bad,
No?
Anyway.
He's a man in spider
Anyway.
powers.
Yes.
this game is about
Doesn't it?
based on Peter Parker. I think he's about 23, 24. He's been Spider-Man for a bit longer.
In the
Years?
trailer it says 8
Yeah,
years, yeah.
he's been Spider-Man for a while now, so there's been bad guys that he's locked up and such like that. The first trailer that was revealed before E3 showed negative
Mr. Negative?
Mr. Negative.
as the bad guy, and then that was probably the one thing that people took away from that as a negative. I know it's a bit
Yeah,
funny.
the one
Because they thought,
as
you know,
It
it's
wasn't
just-
a
negative?
classic.
it's not a noteworthy villain. It's just
Yeah.
the one villain. People didn't do that. There was a good Miles Morales little teaser at the end of that did keep people happy. But the one negative that people didn't like, they completely turned it on its head in this trailer. For people that haven't watched the trailer, you can check it out in this video. I feel like it'll be near Ty's
Yeah, we'll be
balls.
Yeah, look
cycling
look
stuff
around
when it's
Ty's
relevant.
crotch.
You've probably seen by now they've introduced numerous villains like Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, and of course Negative Man at the end. But
Mr. Negative.
yeah,
And also Mr. Negative.
Negative.
And
He
also,
just rocks up
I
and
just call
goes,
him Negative.
I hate everything,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
this.
exactly right.
I hate being a man.
But awesome
and-
gameplay
and
trailer.
Mystery.
Very
Sixth
true, yeah.
villain.
Well, that's the thing. You see some awesome gameplay, and then obviously all these villains team up to take down Spider-Man. And then at the end, yeah, they say we need to keep him alive because he wants him.
Yeah.
So,
Who is
so
this person?
my first thoughts
Mhm.
when they brought in all these 5 villains that they've revealed and 1 mystery guy
It's like it's one away.
are the main villains of this game going to be a new incarnation of the Sinister Six,
I think you're onto something. Man.
which are generally not most of these people,
If-
but Spider-Man's greatest
Yeah,
villains.
If you didn't know, that's where the Andrew Garfield movies were going until they decided to scrap that.
because
I actually really liked Anthem.
I did. He
liked
did a
him
good
as
job.
Spider-Man.
I think it was just an
He had the
unfortunate
right
time.
look. He had a very comic-y look.
He was like 35
I
playing
think,
as 15
I think
year
they
old
just, if they had done that movie maybe even 2 years earlier, it would have been
Yeah.
good. Because when that came out, number 2 was good. That's when Marvel Cinematic Universe was just.
For me, Tom Holland is the best one so far
Yeah,
because he actually looks 15.
Yeah.
And he's got that sort of nervous.
What about the
talk about him.
Spider-Man from the game?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
So. Is it Nolan North? I don't
But
know.
that's the thing. We haven't seen too much.
Everyone's Nolan North.
We haven't seen too much
Or Troy Baker.
story-wise, so we're not really sure what he's like in that. But this trailer was awesome. The reason why I'm excited to play it, not only just because it's friggin' Spider-Man, but Insomniac, like, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything I've
they're
seen
amazing.
gameplay-wise, like whether it's swinging around or in combat, looks really good.
Yeah.
They've added a new system where you have some kind of energy meter, and
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
either use it to heal yourself or to do like a finishing move. So I think that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's going to make you think about how you're playing if you want to
Yeah.
kill that bad guy or heal yourself. And yeah, I think the hype is just through the roof
Yeah.
for this game.
One thing I loved about this E3 rather than the last time they released a trailer was they got rid of because the last thing they released had a ton of quick time events,
Mhm.
but the gameplay and the footage that they showed this E3 was a lot more free flow,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is what I think people want to see from Spider-Man.
Exactly
you want to
right.
flip about your own way and,
Yeah, yeah.
and shit like that.
Absolutely.
As for the end of the trailer, I
Yep.
guess, when they're on that sort of helipad or something,
Yeah.
this negative appears, and I think there's some sort of like spotlight.
Yeah, some kind
On
of
him?
light, yeah.
Now, I've got a theory that I'm going to share with you guys. My first instinct was, it's a helicopter, it's probably Kingpin.
Mm.
What if it was in fact a goblin glider?
Could be. That's
There's-
a really good pick.
There's
Go
a
for
lot
like
of people it could have been.
The thing,
Harry.
yeah, because Spider-Man's
Harry
such,
Osborn.
Yeah,
as the
Because that would be
Goblin.
like oh my god, you?
because Spider-Man's
Yeah.
such a beloved character and has all this history of
Yeah.
different villains and stuff. There's so many names you could.
I
pick
could be
out
like
of a
20
hat.
different
That's what I
people.
mean. And
I also
they could create.
I don't think that's
They
going to
could.
happen right at the start.
I think yeah.
I think
this
that's
is
going to be
maybe
a little
third.
bit into the game,
I think
and
it's
it's
not-
going to set up. If
Bigger
it is
picture.
Harry as the Goblin, I think it's going to set up the friendship between Peter and Harry before it reveals
And
that
then
he's the bad guy.
Get you in the back. Yeah.
That'd be
this-
an interesting.
I think this big
that'd be an
thing's
interesting
maybe a
take.
third into the story, maybe
Yeah.
halfway, but
I also think it could be. They could do Mysterio, who is
I love
another
Mysterio, yeah.
huge Spider-Man villain, and also supposedly is going to be the main bad guy in
Homecoming too.
the next Homecoming movie,
Very true.
which could tie the game into the movie really well
Yeah.
and advertise for both and
Exactly.
boost
Yeah.
sales. And we all know how.
So yeah,
goes.
I just want to quickly know: are you going to play Spider-Man?
Fuck yeah.
Are you going to play Spider-Man, Jordan?
Flip.
What about yourself, Tyrone?
Yes.
Nice. That's our
Also,
thoughts.
I appreciate that Spider-Man's webs have an official noise,
yeah.
Yeah,
and it's
Thwip.
Thwip.
Whip.
It's definitely Thwip. Cool Thwip.
So that's my first of 3. Let's take it.
Nice.
Again. What's your first game you want to talk about?
My first game, in a shocking turn of events, if you know me, is Fallout 76.
Nice.
I fucking love Fallout games. I have played every Fallout, like Fallout 1 and 2. Nobody even knows that they're a thing. Everybody thinks that Fallout just started at Fallout 3.
There's one before 3.
Yeah, there's 3 before 3, as it turns out. There's also one between 3 and 4, which, yeah. Made by Bethesda. Don't make a bad game. Best video game makers ever. I'm just gonna push through.
Hold on,
Kick-
just before you do that, can you just quickly tell us which one of the Fallouts is New Vegas?
Is that before 3?
3, New Vegas, 4.
Woohoo!
Continue.
Alright.
Clapsing.
Releases November 14 this year,
Pretty soon.
which is really fucking nice.
Good release date too.
Christmas
Or
time
maybe not.
sales.
So what was the date again?
November 14.
Oh no, that's alright. That's maybe 2-3 weeks after Red Dead. I think that's the big one. Everyone's
It's a
gonna skip.
very busy period.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But-
September to 2019 is going to be hectic.
Yeah.
But it is also Fallout, which is like a huge franchise.
Yeah.
So like,
It won't have problems
Be
with
alright.
sales.
I kind of have concerns about it because it's gone from. Oh, that was gross. Sorry.
There's some Fallout right there. Jesus Christ.
It's
Talk
gone
about
from
nuclear waste.
It's gone from a single player exclusively game to straight into it's basically like a survival MMO like Ark Survival Evolved or Rust. I don't know how I feel about that, but what they showed at the conference really convinced me that
Yeah.
maybe
I was-
this is going to work.
I was just about to say the same thing. From all the rumours we heard before, I was a bit worried that it would be the same thing. It'd be a big online thing. But all these trailers and gameplay they've shown like kind of solidifies it's still Fallout.
The good thing is, I remember Todd Howard, the greatest man ever, in the conference was saying it's not going to be like hundreds of people online. It's going to be like a couple dozen.
Exactly.
So it'll still have that wasteland, like not
Yeah.
abandoned, but like
And I
desolate
think
wasteland feel.
especially the way games are going, I think it is cool to be able to play with your mates. 'Cause
Yeah.
a
They
lot of
also
people use social
revealed-
games.
Especially now with the four of us, anything that can get four
Yeah.
players into the same game at the same time is perfect.
They also revealed, not during the conference, in an interview after, that there's going to be no human NPCs in the game.
Yeah.
Every human character you meet is going to be another player. So there'll be all the quests and stuff, I assume, will be given to you by robots or via calls from the Overseer from Vault 76.
Like a Borderlands type.
So
style.
just
That-
give
that
us
sort
a
of style.
just
There's
give us
no
a
human NPCs.
quick run through of like the Fallout story, like timeline for where this game's set for those who don't know.
So I can't remember the years exactly. I think it's
2076.
2076, the bombs fall.
Yeah.
Which is the 300-year anniversary of the founding of America. There you go.
The Tercentenary.
Stupid word.
It should be Tricentenary.
So the bombs fall, and Fallout Vault 76 is one of the control vaults. Because if you haven't played Fallout, all of the vaults that are made by Vault-Tec are actually really fucked up experiments to fuck with humans and see how they react. Fallout Vault 76 is a control vault, so it's just a vault to help humans.
In science, the control subject is the one that doesn't have any experimentation done on it.
It's supposed to open in Fallout 3, I think it is. You find documentation about Fallout 76, and it reveals that it's intended to open 2197. It actually opens 2106 in the game, which is only 25 years after the bombs fall. And is that right? No, that's not right. Anyway,
That's right.
it's set 25 years after the bombs fall, which is 400 years before Fallout 4, and that's the next earliest, I think.
Wow.
So it's set very early, so it's going to be a really different wasteland. They've already shown tons of new enemies, which are weird. There's a fucking giant mutant sloth, which I'm so excited for a giant mutant sloth. I hope it falls asleep in the middle of a fight. I mean, just in the middle of the fight, it's just like...
Or you got to like push it off something instead of to grab, like, because you know how sloths. Yeah, don't
stupid.
grab a tree. They grab their own. Yeah.
Help me! Help!
They don't even realise, they're just like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, because Fallout with friends, but...
I think it will be very
Concerns.
interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially if there's no other humans, NPCs to interact with, then it makes stuff like trading items really, like just the idea that
Very
you
true.
might actually have to meet up with people and you can either arrange a deal and like if it's all four of us online, like one of us can go be like, oh yeah, you want this gun for something, and then the three of you just fucking bombard it.
Yeah.
Type thing. So I think that'll be like really interesting.
Yeah.
And
That's
just,
what I think.
just a new experience. Game-wise.
that's what I meant. Like, I know it's kind of a bit weird online being in that game world where I think it will be interesting.
Yeah.
There's also going to be a huge focus on building
Yeah.
and construction, which
Base,
there was
yeah.
in 4,
Four,
but it's
the
going to be
Star
more
Wars,
now.
yeah.
I have a feeling there's going to be no like pre-constructed settlements. So any building you encounter is going to be human created, which could
That's
be
a
cool.
thought, actually.
Although that sort of takes away traders and
I think they
stuff
do
like that.
have.
They've got buildings, but not necessarily like settlements where
No,
people
it'd be
live.
like leftover shit before the bombs dropped.
Yeah. And the nuke system, where there's a nuke in each region that someone can take control of and nuke any spot on the map. Like the idea of it revealing new enemies that drop better loot and new more valuable resources is a really cool idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like power players will abuse it to sort of oppress the server.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you'll come into a server where there's a group of 4 who are max level, have all the loot, and control the nuke, and if you try to oppose them, they can just nuke you whenever they want and obliterate you, and you can never progress.
Yeah.
Which could be an issue.
And
Unless
either they're
there's
gonna... Sorry, you go.
Unless there's like a safety zone of some point where like
Yeah.
if you're within like a closing area of taking over it.
I know, a vault underground to hide from the nukes.
Yeah.
Or like some sort of like leveled ranking system where the people that are at a certain level get put with other people that want to do that sort of thing or have the capability more.
Well,
so
they've
than
said
new people.
there's 6 regions, and the nuke can only hit in individual regions. And I'm pretty sure that they showed an image, and there wasn't nukes in every region. So there might be a couple of safe regions, which might be like the beginner areas.
Yeah.
And then you can move into the harder regions, which probably have better
That would make
loot,
sense.
stronger enemies.
Yes.
Because if it's like an MMO, there'll be sort of a beginning area, and then as you progress into the harder areas, there'll be stronger enemies.
Yeah.
Again, like Borderlands.
Also, Borderlands. Why Borderlands? No Borderlands 3 at
it's a
E3.
good one.
I was very disappointed about that.
They
So-
brought out what the remastered and like, not remastered. They bundled all of the games together and then
Made it
sold
about
out
people
again.
buying.
Yeah.
Because I saw a video earlier today where it's like, 20 games from E3 2018, and only half of them were in conferences. So there was a Borderlands 3 video that just wasn't in
Kinda went under the
E3.
radar.
There was at least like
No, what I'm watching later.
8 games that just
Yeah.
weren't at E3
There were a
that
few,
would have
and,
been
like, even-
anticipated.
Even for people watching now, like we're recording this a day after Nintendo, and like after Nintendo, there was like Overkill's Walking Dead finally got gameplay. There's still like announcements coming.
Yeah.
out, but-
Yeah.
I mean, E3 will continue for the rest of the week.
Exactly right. Yeah, and we're probably going to see a lot more from like I reckon we'll see some Super Smash Bros. Characters coming out in the next week or
Yeah,
so.
true.
Talk about that later.
But yeah, Fallout. You're going to play
Fallout.
George.
Yeah, I think it'll be, especially with U3 Egypts, I think it'll be really fun just running around a wasteland shooting
Definitely.
shit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Mostly each other, I'm assuming.
it. What about you, Ty?
That's my game.
That's your game. You're going to
Yeah,
play that? Nice.
Absolutely.
I'm actually going to play this now. I haven't owned any Fallouts, but I have played them with friends and stuff like that. Like gone to their house and played it, and I'm excited.
I'm pretty sure
to
you
get
borrowed
this.
Fallout 4 from me.
I definitely did, yeah.
For like
And of
6
course,
months.
I would ask you, but you're the one that wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, fuck
Definitely.
yeah. Absolutely.
Nice.
I will never skip a Fallout game.
Nice.
I played Fallout Shelter.
Fair play.
I did just because
I'm
Todd
gonna-
Howard told me to last year.
I'm going to
He
play
was like,
that.
it's free, right now, go get it. And I was like, I'm
Todd-
going to, Mr. Howard.
Man, Todd Howard could tell me to stab my mother, and I would do it because he'd be convincing.
You'd do it for a
For
free
Todd.
app.
For Todd Howard. For,
Moving on
for
from Fallout.
Fallout.
Moving on to something less violent.
Yes.
Battlefield 5 and World War 2.
Yes! Good transition.
So Battlefield 5 is going to be coming out October 19th. It's made by DICE and EA with the Frostbite engine, which has just
Looks real pretty.
been used in, I think, the last like 2
Oh,
of
yeah.
theirs, 3 of theirs.
Pretty much heaps of
Probably-
video games.
and, like,
FIFA,
tons,
Madden,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Frostbite is basically the brainchild of EA, I think.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So
it's a good engine.
it's going to be as good as the last couple games were. It's set in World War II, so it's going to be very similar to Battlefield 1.
I was confused because Battlefield 1 was set in World War 1, so I thought Battlefield 5 was going to be set in World War 5.
I can see the confusion, but also I can see why you're an idiot.
Here's the thing as well. I did see an article where they said, even though it's Battlefield 5, they want to call it Battlefield V for victory because it meant for something in World War II. I'm not sure what about, but have you guys heard anything about that?
V-Day?
Yeah.
The day of victory.
Exactly.
It was like,
That was the transition why I said, have you heard anything of it?
it wasn't D-Day.
Yeah, but what do you think about
It wasn't
that?
D-Day,
Being-
it was V-Day.
Yeah.
Two different things.
So everyone's just going to call it Battlefield. I'm calling it Battlefield.
I'm just going to call
It's
it 5.
Battlefield 5.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like I call it Grand Theft Auto 5, even though it's a
Yeah,
V.
true that.
Even though when Battlefield 1 came out, that was technically Battlefield 5, but now this is Battlefield 5.
I called the thing between my girlfriend's legs.
But yes.
But yeah, so single player is going to be really cool. So they're going to have, I think, 12 different sort of miniature stories.
Yeah.
Where it's like a few, sort of similar to like the last one. They're just taking
But
everything
more
that was
extended.
really good about
Yeah,
Battlefield 1 and
they
just
were
extending it and building on it. And every 2 months they're going to release a new one.
That's sick.
Which is really cool.
And they're going to do that for free.
Is it for free?
Everything,
That's
free DLC,
That's
free
awesome.
maps,
That's
everything.
a big move, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Feel
still
like-
trying to get in good books because of what happened.
After
Yeah.
Battlefront, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool that they are trying to make amends for it.
But yeah, so all of that free
Their
stuff.
whole conference felt like an apology for Battlefront 2.
Yeah, yeah.
They were like, we're sorry. Like a few different things that they talked about.
It's
They
basically-
specifically said, no loot boxes.
Yeah. It's basically a Canadian conference every 5
But
seconds.
here's some skins for your guns.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I am.
I'm okay with skins for you guys as long as it's not random.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I can pick what I'm buying, I'm more likely to spend money.
That's true.
absolutely. Like that's why how much money have you guys sunk into Fortnite? Because you go, I like that, I'm gonna have it now.
We have a friend called Matt who's probably watching this video who has
He
probably
stinks.
put in a house deposit on Fortnite.
I'd like to take a home
He's
loan.
remortgaged his house to
Yeah.
buy Fortnite
Yeah.
skins.
What's it for? Epic Games.
What's it for? I really like the Raven.
Have you got armor and you're a Omega skin, mate?
They re-released Plant Man.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fucking Plant.
back to Battlefield.
But yeah,
Big
so
topic, George.
I'm very excited because it's going to be just another strong addition to their fantastic resume
Yeah.
of games. You know, it's not going to be particularly risky of them,
No.
but they are very good at doing massive
Very-
war games, and it is my style of
Shooter.
history and of game because I study history. So just seeing that really come to life, I'm very, very excited about. There is one thing that I know someone doesn't really like, which is their battle royale mode that they're going to
Yeah.
incorporate.
That's the thing though, it's so in right now, Battle Royale.
It's
Yeah,
really
that,
absolutely.
blown
that
up.
Battle Royale fell hard right
It's
now.
like, you
I
know,
was-
5 years ago, every second game had a zombie mode of some
That's
description.
actually right, man, yeah.
You know,
It's
and
just
I
they
think,
gotta-
I think now we're getting burnt out on that and going into battle royale
I
mode.
think so, yeah. And I think it's that type of thing where, like, it's kind of you have to keep up if you want to be that type
Yeah.
of thing. And, like,
Yeah.
as silly as it is, like, Battle Royale only works for some certain games, but, I mean, people just have to put it in now.
Yeah.
I think my issue with it, it's not my issue with Battlefield doing it, it's my issue with the industry as a whole
Yep.
doing... They latch onto something that people seem to like, and they will not let go. There'll be Battle Royale games coming out for 5-6 years after the
Yeah.
Battle Royale thing dies.
I was going to ask you guys, you know how, like, we saw game modes like Dominion and stuff like that eventually get added into games, and now it's in, like, every year mode. Do you think maybe 3 years from now, nearly every game has a Battle Royale every year?
What do you mean 3 years from now?
Yeah.
Every game,
I know.
every shooter at the moment is
Yeah.
getting a Battle
That's
Royale.
what I mean. Do you think
They're
it'll be
talking about-
consistent, or you think eventually it'll fade?
The-
I think it will die out in like 5 years.
The
Yeah.
rumor about the Division 2
It'll
is
be a
that their
slow
black
death.
zone, their black zone is going to be the
Battle
black
Royale.
zone. The black zone's
Battle
coming
Royale.
back from the first one,
Yeah.
and it's most likely going to be a Battle Royale.
version of the Dark Zone. Yeah.
There is a good reason for that though. Battle royale is really popular because, like, you only get experience from doing it. Like when you drop in, you don't drop in with your level 90 loadout. You drop in and you
Everyone's
might
on
get
an even
you might get a
playing field.
grey pistol. It just depends on your ability to outthink your opponent. In Fortnite, your ability to outbuild your opponent as well. So I think it levels the playing field and creates a bit of randomness so that
Yep.
people that aren't as good at a game
Yeah.
can win games.
Capitalise on that, yeah.
And I think Battlefield will do it really well just because their games have, you know, 100-player
Yeah,
multiplayer,
yeah.
massive online madness. So I think they could, maybe if they did this as like a 50v50
Yeah,
style.
I'm really intrigued to
That's-
see Battlefield's.
That's
interpretation.
kind of why I think Battle Royale's unnecessary for Battlefield, though. They've
'Cause they've
already
kind of
got
that similar stuff.
huge, like, war-like multiplayer combat, and making it 100 versus, like, 100-man, it already is that. It almost already is that already. So it doesn't really seem necessary, and I feel like it'll take away from them. They're going to focus more on that and less on the rest of the multiplayer experience.
Nah,
And I think that'll take away from the overall multiplayer experience of Battlefield.
I think that they're gonna. They've said that they're focusing on their usual sort of multiplayer. So they've updated operations.
Nice.
So operations in Battlefield 1 was sort of like, I think it's like 6 chunks of the map, and you have to push through all
Yeah,
of them
I really
and
like
win
that.
games.
Was
And they
really
said
fun.
they're ditching parts of it. So let's say you're in the 3rd chunk and you get like 3 opportunities. Like you get like 3 failures before the other team wins. So you
Yeah.
would spend like an hour trying to capture
Yeah,
a
it's still
church,
back
I
and
think was the
forth.
quote.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get rid of that sort of side
That
of
bit
things
where it
you're
gets
playing,
congested and
yeah,
it's just sitting there.
you're just
yeah.
playing for an hour in the same map
Yeah.
and you're bored shitless. They're
You-
updating that and calling it
Yeah.
grand operations.
Awesome.
But I think they're doing battle royale because they could I would say
Spend
very
money.
easily, effectively, and successfully implement it into their style of game. And if they
Yeah.
don't, they would be criticised.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see that because like it kind of is a different thing that people are like sleeping
Yeah.
on a bit because like everyone at the moment, like myself included, talking about Call of Duty Battle Royale that's going to be
Yeah.
happening, but like we haven't
just
seen one in
another
World War
Battle
II
Royale.
yet in that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to.
I
See
sort
their
of
interpretation.
drew up an idea. If I was working for DICE or EA, I would throw this out there. But my idea was it's sort of like it starts as like the Battle over Britain, which was a massive plane
Aerial battle.
fight.
It occurred over Britain.
Yeah. So imagine
Remember that
like
one?
you've got 50 people in like Spitfires or Camels or whatever.
Yeah.
Camel, the name of a plane, not like an actual camel that's just flapping
It's like
violently.
youth and now.
That's what my family used in World War II. It's true.
So you start with that, and then you end up just dropping down, and like, because pilots typically just had like a pistol on a string attached to them,
Yeah.
so you drop with like a handgun,
That's
and then you just kind of need to find your way
Work your
about.
way
And
up,
then
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like one central point, not like a cloud pushing you in, but there's like one central like capture point. So
So
like
you're
if
working
the Axis
towards-
powers capture it, they now have a foothold in Britain.
Okay.
Mm.
That's
And
cool.
if England capture it, then they've managed to repel the German forces.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone wants to be in the middle
Everyone's going
fighting.
there.
Yeah.
And you've still got like one life. You've still got limited ammo.
The
You can
usual
find
thing.
guns about the place.
Yep.
So I think you could do it. They could do it really well.
Yeah.
They could do it really poorly.
And that's yeah.
And I think if they did it like that, it would be different from
yeah,
the hundreds of other battle royale games, and that would be good.
yeah.
But
You don't think it's going to be?
I have concerns that it's gonna be you drop out of a plane instead of a bus, and you land in one of their random maps that looks kind of like the PUBG and Fortnite map,
Yeah.
and you do the exact same as PUBG and Fortnite and Call of Duty,
yeah. I
Battle
get,
Royale, and
So what you're
fucking
worried about
all
isn't
the other
necessarily
battle
them
royales.
doing battle royale. You're worried about them doing battle royale the same.
well,
Yeah, I think copying what's already popular is boring unless there's a reason. Like Nintendo
Yeah.
Nintendo are weird with their games. Like they made Mario, they made a cover-based, turn-based shooter out of Mario.
Yeah. we do.
But at least they don't make new games unless they've got something new to do.
yeah.
And there's
that's true.
from an artistic, I view games from an artistic standpoint, and for me, like, what's the point of making a game if you're not trying to do something new and different?
yeah,
Yeah.
push
If
it.
you're just making a game because you think that battle royale's popular,
That's true.
don't make it.
I kind
With
of
or without Battlefield, sorry, with or without
Battle
Battle
Royale.
Royale, I think they needed to do a World War II because they did a World War One. It's like
Definitely.
the two biggest conflicts
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
So they need and either way they're gonna have a ridiculous multiplayer. I think they're putting it in because if they don't, people will be like, why didn't
Yeah.
you?
And I'm kind of on with what you said about your idea that I reckon they will go that extra mile to
Yeah.
make it a bit different and tweak it. So.
I think they've done that with
and that's what I
previous
mean, yeah,
games.
and we'll find out in the future,
Yeah.
like in the coming months.
I-
I'm sure
I-
they'll drop some more stuff about
I've
this.
complained about it a lot, but I'm actually really excited
Yeah.
for Battlefield. It's a great franchise.
If they do it right, I think it'll be better than any of the other ones.
Yeah,
If they just go, oh yeah, we're just doing Battle Royale because people want it, no,
yeah.
I'm not having it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do it. Like with COD, it's like it makes no sense because it's usually like small,
Yeah,
close
yeah.
quarters games.
yeah, but
Spreading it out and having like it's just
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Call of Duty anymore.
Yeah.
It's just Battle Royale.
Mhm.
Whereas Battlefield's sort of core multiplayer gameplay would host Battle Royale very
Yeah,
easily because it's already massive maps,
Yeah,
already
yeah,
tons
yeah.
of different guns and
Yeah, it's
you
easy
know,
to transition. that into
Warzone. I
Battle
just
Royale.
don't think they should have like teams of 4, like 25 teams of 4 or 100 solos. I feel like they need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do like Axis and Allies.
Have their thing, yeah.
But yeah, shall we move on to ties?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
just quickly,
yeah.
Ty, are you going to play Battlefield?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice, man. I definitely am. I'm excited to do it. It might be a week or two late because I'll probably be dived into Red Dead, but I'm definitely going to give it a
Well,
go.
I mean, we'll film Red Dead with
Exactly,
you anyway.
yeah.
so-
Yeah.
But I'm very intrigued to see their take on Battle Royale and
Yeah.
just the game in general. What about you, Cam? You going to play?
yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
I've got some reservations, but
Nice.
it's Battlefield. How can I miss it?
And Jordan, of course you will because it's your topic.
And yeah,
You
my
love
my
it.
specific area of expertise is World War II.
Exactly.
So
So
Well,
there you
Battlefield
go.
1 was so damn good.
It was.
It's
man.
going to be hard to turn
Yeah.
away from this one.
Spot on. Ty,
All
what's
right.
your first game you want to talk about?
Well, again, they brought out another Halo, which
Wow.
I always enjoy the artistic point of Halo because it's very colourful, very bright, very vibrant. Like it's just such a nice looking
Very
game.
engaging.
All the time. Even your flood scenes where you're running around and like it's dark. Like it's not too dark where it like Outlast dark where you're like just about to fuck away a brick in your head. But it's that subtle dark where you're like, okay, I can see where I'm going, but I have no fucking idea where I'm going. Like,
Yeah.
it's that real nice, that tone of game. I really enjoy
Yeah.
Halos, and I've played all of them so far,
Yep.
including Halo Wars.
Mhm.
Halo
oh,
Wars.
Jesus.
Halo Wars are good games. It's just Halo 5 that's not.
I didn't mind Halo 5. I did the thing where I was like, okay, I played them all. I'm going to play this one, and I dealt with it. I thought it was okay. It was good.
I appreciate that this one seems to be going back to just Master Chief.
Mm.
My biggest issue with Halo 5 was
Going away from that.
Agent Locke.
Yeah.
Like, he was an interesting character if they did like an ODST type spin-off
Yeah.
with him, not make him the main character of a main.
And with Reach as well, how it was like the 6 different characters and they all had, it was all quite fleshed out and it was just about them and it wasn't.
And it was
the
like
main
Master
Halo.
Chief was like the president of everything, sort of.
Yeah.
Like he was just left out of everything.
Yeah.
But so you know, 343 Industries, who always make Halo, which is great.
Apart from Bungie.
Well, that too.
You know 343 Industries are named after a character in Halo, right?
Yes.
Mr. Industry. Popular character.
Okay, so they are looking at doing a single player mode release and then a multiplayer release.
Yeah, I heard that.
Interesting.
And apparently they're going to be releasing in different years.
Oh, really? So fun.
The thing I heard was that the single player is going to be late 2019, and the multiplayer is not going to come till 2020.
So it's still a long way off.
Yeah,
it's a long way
I thought
off.
the smart move would have been to do it the other way. Drop a story mode later, because people, as far as I know, to this day, still play multiplayer Halo a lot.
Yeah.
I still, until recently, played Halo 3 multiplayer. And that game... That's not even on this generation of consoles.
That's fucking great. Yeah, no, okay. Well, apparently they're dropping a Battle Royale on a multiplayer. They're not.
Dude, that would just be like ODST all over again. You just drop in a pod and just do something.
See, I think Battle Royale would make more sense in Halo.
Yeah.
But don't do that. Fuck you, don't do that.
You didn't hear it here.
So yeah, I'm really keen to see how well this plays, because enjoying them so much previously, I think I'm going to enjoy this one just as much as I have in the last 10 years.
Big nostalgia factor, like bringing you to this series. I think
Yeah,
for everyone.
Yeah.
As from what I know, that they actually designed majority of the map from the first.
That's cool.
First Halo, which
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like the biggest, best looking map, I think.
Watching the trailer, I got the planet they were on. I don't know anything about it, but it looked like the first Halo ring.
Yeah.
And that made me really happy.
What was the name of that map where it was just like 2 towers and just nothing in between?
Blood Gulch.
That's the one. Blood Gulch.
I remember
That's
seeing
that's more
the
iconic
multiplayer
than
map.
fucking
So,
Rust from Call of Duty.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the Xbox version of Rust.
That was the 1v1
Growing
arena.
up, I never had an Xbox. I was always PlayStation, but I did play that at some friend's house. And I recently saw a Capture the Flag gameplay on that map you were just mentioning. I didn't even know
It's
that map. As soon as you said that, I'm
amazing.
like, I know it.
Yeah.
And that's like a big thing with Halo.
It's like the map for Halo. I remember
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
Year 8 music, it was actually, no, we're playing Halo for now.
That's cool.
If
I
you doubt
can
that,
play
watch Red vs.
chopsticks
Blue.
and fuck that, I'm the Arbiter now, so yeah.
Nice.
Love Halo, love the nostalgia as well as you were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
You know, it's been
Yeah.
around forever. It's been
Yeah. It's been
top
great.
quality game every time.
And the in-depth of the designing of the enemies and like new vehicles, they're always updating like the Warthogs and stuff.
Yeah.
And because dating back to obviously the first Halo, like everything was just real nice and basic. But then every time they brought out a new Halo, it was like, oh, like here's like a rocket launcher for your Warthog. Here's like an updated Ghost that goes faster and it has hook turns and like.
Yeah.
So
I loved how they stayed with the classic look, though.
yeah,
Like the Warthog is still the Warthog.
exactly right. It's still like
Yeah.
a 4-wheel drive Jeep, like
Yeah.
dune
It's-
buggy sort
It
of.
still
like,
handles like a fucking piece of shit.
the old thumbstick. Like,
Oh, it's the
control,
worst
yeah.
driving.
Every time I've gone back to play like the first Halo, I'm always like, yeah, right trigger, no, A, no, X, no. It's like, well, what am I doing?
Just look in the direction you want to
The
go.
Warthog.
Good old Warthog flips. But yeah, like super keen for this when it comes out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know when, but
Yeah, but in the future. It's been
future.
announced, which is
Yeah.
cool.
And Battle Royale.
Yeah. Cam, you're going to play Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I am.
Nice.
Can't pass Halo.
What about you, George?
I don't think I'll buy it, but I would play it.
It'll
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
be on Game Pass.
I think I'm the same with you. I don't think I'd buy it, but
Sponsor.
give it a go.
Yeah.
And Ty, I'm guessing you're definitely
now you're
going to nice. Awesome. Alright,
Right, that's round 1 of 3.
That's
We're
it,
going to be
moving on.
here for a while.
we will. Moving on to the second games we all want to talk about.
Ladies first.
Because second game, we may as well go with the sequel, The Last of Us 2. I am very keen for this game. Yeah, any of you guys played the first one? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I played.
I played it and got so frustrated with the clickers I deleted the game and just left.
Look, that's fair. But dive back in.
Yeah,
one
my
minute.
mate was really pissed because it was at his house.
I absolutely crushed the first one.
Yeah, great game. At the end of the life cycle of PS3, this is fantastic. Obviously,
It was by far the best looking game.
definitely. So it's made by Naughty Dog Studios, who everyone knows from the Uncharted series, which is phenomenal. It's a PlayStation exclusive, and it's got no release date as of yet. But
Which is very upsetting.
it sucks a bit. We thought we might get one, but I feel like it will come out mid next year, if not late next year.
They're trying to keep the hype.
Yeah,
up.
probably.
I think when they
That would make
when they
sense.
first announced this game, I figured it was a few years away. But I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, for those who don't know, it follows the story of a girl called Ali and her kind of they mention in this trailer her old man, which we assume is Joel. Which is the guy that helped care for her in the first game. And
Do they reveal that her parents are dead in the first game?
that's the thing. This is a question that is
I
to
don't
do with this
remember.
trailer. We'll have the trailer playing near Ty's balls again. But yeah, a
my
guy
God.
comes up to her. It's like a farm kind of barn. I think I remember someone mentioning church or something, but I can't remember. Basically, it's like a little dance they're having in their community. And a guy mentions going out for runs. Your old man chewed me out another one for going out with you, like on a run. So, old man, is it her dad? Is it Joel? I hope it's Joel.
It definitely seems like a reference
Yeah.
to Joel.
But we don't know
It
Joel.
better be.
There's been no Joel in both trailers, so he could be gone. That's the thing we might have to deal with. But
Could
yeah,
die.
I'm. Yeah, and then the gameplay in this trailer. Of course, there was a gameplay trailer a few months ago, but it is brutal.
Yeah.
For people that complained about the first trailer, don't watch the second one because it's very.
Was the
full
first
on.
one the hammer to the temple?
Yeah, this one she gets even more physical. Goes from the image of her kissing a girl in the barn to having a knife in someone's throat and ripping it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
it's like
yeah.
a fade to black
which
and then fades back.
which
to her,
again
like,
you'll probably
cutting
see
the
near
guy's
Ty's
throat
balls.
out.
But
Yeah.
It's awesome.
yeah, and the combat looked really good, looked really smooth, like from her running away and like picking stuff up. She picks up a bottle and throws it at someone's head. The transition for that was amazing. Naughty Dog always make incredible games.
Yeah.
Everyone's played Uncharted 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 was just on another level, and this is going to be even better because they've been working on it for a while. But yeah, I'm very excited to play this game.
Probably one of the series that I just can't get rid of is
Yeah.
the Uncharted series.
Yeah,
I've kept
Yeah.
them, all three of them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Naughty
Well,
Dog.
the first three, the fourth one I played and then
Yeah.
traded in.
Yeah, yeah.
obviously,
But
The
yeah.
fourth one.
It's
you
just
know,
all
the best.
the best
yeah.
one.
It's just all Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog just
Yeah.
an amazing studio, make good games.
They
Yeah.
came from small beginnings, man.
Yeah, they did.
There was like less than 20 people when they made the first Crash,
Mm.
and then
Also
Bang.
Crash.
Yeah.
and now they're
Another
huge.
great game they've made. But yeah, we don't really know much else about the story yet. We obviously know.
we do actually know though that Joel is in it
Yeah.
because they confirmed that Troy Baker's returning.
Yes.
Who is the
But
voice
the
of
thing is, yeah,
Joel, and literally every other man that isn't Nolan
if
North.
you know who Troy Baker or Nolan North are, they pretty much voice every video game you've ever played in your life.
It's true.
Yeah, if you don't know them, you've probably actually heard them in a game and you haven't realised.
Also, quick shout out to them. They've made a YouTube channel called Retro Gamers, and it's really
Yeah,
entertaining.
I
Give it a watch.
appreciate
It's
the
good.
two most prolific
Yeah.
male voice actors.
Yeah.
are just like.
Yeah,
We'll
they-
leave a link in the
Nah,
doobly-doo.
yeah, it's
Also,
really interesting.
Ashley Johnson reprises as Ali,
Yeah.
who Jordan loves
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
love from Critical Role.
Yeah.
A super nerdy D&D voice actor thing. It's
Pike.
fucking amazing. But she also won an award
She
for
did.
the last. She won a huge award for her voice acting in the last game.
I'll give
Yeah.
her a huge award.
So
She did incredible.
maybe
Yeah.
she'll win another one.
This
I
is
don't
the thing about Troy, because people like they did confirm he's in it, but we don't know if it's a flashback or if it's maybe his voice in her head. Like,
be a lot of
Yeah,
money.
his voice-
It'd be a lot of money to spend on Troy Baker for a flashback.
yeah, but he's going to be in it in some sort of form. Who knows? We don't know much about the plot yet. Obviously, like I was saying, we just know it's set a bit in the future. They've got a community and stuff like that, and it looks like they're going to be dealing with other communities a lot more, which is kind of the whole zombie apocalypse thing that nearly every
The real
game,
villains
movie, comic
are
are
the
dealing with
people.
now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm intrigued. Cameron, you're going to play it.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. What about you,
Absolutely.
George? Think you'll give it a crack?
I don't know, are the clickers in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They will definitely
We
return.
haven't seen. Yeah, I think.
Also,
Okay, I
they're
think-
not zombies.
Yeah.
Just to be
I think
clear.
it'll be this similar to Halo, where we'll probably like do a video on it.
Yep.
At which point I might come give it a go, but I'm not gonna buy it.
That's fair.
I don't think.
What about you, Ty?
I don't know. I really did enjoy the first one, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on it because of all these incredible games that are coming out.
It's very
My
true.
wallet is going
It's
to
a
be
lot to
very
take
empty.
in. What a time to be a gamer. It's
It's pretty
Pretty
great.
slimmed down.
And I've always
Not
enjoyed
a great
the
time
length,
to be
the
broken
length
unemployed.
of The Last of Us storylines. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like it's just like a Call of Duty campaign that you could smash in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you want to feel like you extend it and play
Exactly.
it for a while.
And you actually give a shit about the story.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Which is what I like about it. That's why this is a definite buy for me, just because I love story games.
Mm.
I love diving into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Cameron, your turn for number 2.
So my second one, Cyberpunk 2077. No release date yet, though there's a rumor that it's
In
gonna be around
2077, they voted my
next year,
city the worst place to live in America.
Made by CD Projekt Red.
Main issues, sky-high rate of
In my
violence,
mind,
and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
just never.
Very
And I think this game is going to do really well, really based on the fact
Can't
that the
deny
last
it,
game
it's all
was
true.
CD Projekt Red
But everybody still wants to live
Possibly
here.
the greatest.
This city's always got a promise for you.
You can't really go.
And even like the DLCs for that game.
Also, you'll appreciate this. I don't know if you know this. Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
actually based on a tabletop D&D type game called Cyberpunk 2020.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Will Wheaton.
And I'm a big
Will
dreamer.
Will Wheaton runs a game
Yes,
This-
I think he does.
with I think Ashley Johnson.
So yeah, I'm super excited. We don't really have much info,
Yep.
although they have said that it's going to be a first-person RPG, which is a bit interesting. Although cutscenes and dialogue and stuff and cinematics are going to be in third person. It looks fucking incredible,
Yeah.
and it's CD Projekt Red, so it probably will be
I was gonna
incredible.
say, it's very intriguing. We don't know much about it yet, but just based on the concept and the studio behind it, like,
Yeah.
that just sells immediately.
Especially because, based on the Witcher series, I don't think they could go wrong with an RPG. I think
No.
they really know how to do it in good depth.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, you know, I reckon they'll do well
Yeah.
with that. I'm not sure about the first person part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a
that's
bit.
different choice.
Although
Yeah, so.
the Elder Scrolls games
You can change between.
are a first person. Yeah, but only losers playing third person. First person RPG game,
The only reason
and that works really well. Like once you
Look, I just like to look at my character's ass, right?
get used to it. Well, that was
Are you Jack Patillo or
good old Jack Patel.
Let's play it.
He was in E3. He was in the Trials presentation.
Yeah. What a
He was
beard.
one of the Trials pros.
Just me, or is he like Blackbeard from Siege?
Yeah, absolutely. He plays as Blackbeard.
Ascot?
We should get him in. That's
Absolutely. Also, I don't know if any of you guys, you probably have seen the movie Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Fucking strong Blade
Very
Runner
much,
vibes,
yeah.
and that makes me happy. It's one of my
I was even
favorite
picking
movies.
up like Ready Player One vibes.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot.
I
Found
mean,
that one.
80s sort of sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
Very inspired by,
Definitely.
which I have missed. It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
It's gonna
excited.
be good.
I thought Blade Runner was a documentary about a South African runner.
No, that's Holes in the Door.
Okay.
You beat me to it. I was gonna be like, yeah. Are you a rugby player?
Cool,
Yeah.
Blady.
George, you're gonna play Cyberpunk 2077.
I have seen next to nothing of it, so I'm probably just gonna say no
Yeah.
until I see more of it.
Yeah.
Maybe change my mind, but it's a no from me.
What about you, Ty?
Probably pass on that one, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm definitely gonna give it a whirl. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it. I really like the look of it and the design of it. And although we don't know much about the story, I'm pretty much sold. I'm guessing it's a deaf yes.
Clearly.
Yep. Awesome.
Right.
On to Jordan.
This one's gonna be a bit of a sour one, so strap in. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Ubisoft released October 5th this year.
Very soon. I didn't expect it that soon.
Yeah,
I was expecting
real
maybe
soon.
January
I'm
next
Scott
year.
Phillips, game
Well, 'cause now
director
they're going
on
back to
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
One every year.
Today I'm excited
Yeah,
to give you a
that's
sneak
that
peek
They had a little
3
break
years
on
of
and
hard
then back to
work
it.
from the
I feel like I
Ubisoft
should've
Quebec
sucked it
team
to you guys. It gives people
and our
more-
transformation
man, I
into
really
a
need
full-blown
another Assassin's Creed
RPG
game. I was
with
quite-
choice at the center
I'm
of
not necessarily
everything.
happy with all of
In
Origins,
Assassin's Creed
but I
Odyssey,
was
you will play a mercenary
satisfied
who embarks
with
on an
my
epic
experience with it.
odyssey to
But for
reunite
this
their
one, you play
family
the
and
grandchild
confront the
of
ones who told
Leonidas, who we know as Gerard Butler from 300. go and watch our God of War video and just skip right to the end if you want to get a very quick thing on that, or Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, which will be coming out soon.
Friday.
Or even
Friday.
Or even a little bit on Nidhogg.
Oh yeah, you
Or even Nidhogg.
fucking Nidhogged me.
He's in all of our stuff.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
We love
I
him.
keep looking at the laptop where I can see myself rather than the camera where you guys are. So you can choose between male or female protagonist. There's Alexios, the guy, and Cassandra's the girl. So you're the grandchild of Leonidas,
I
and you
like
have
the look
his
of Cassandra
spear. She does look really nice as a playable character. Alexios just looks like another dude.
He looks a lot like Bayek from Origins.
I think that is the point though, because they're the same gene line, aren't they? They're the same
Are they?
ancestral line.
I think only the first few were. The ones where they used Desmond to get access it, now they just use random...
No, because the chick from
The chick
Origins,
from-
I think her name's Layla.
Yeah,
Oh,
something.
she's back.
She's
Okay,
she is.
the
Okay.
Desmond of this game as
Well,
well.
there we
then
go.
yeah,
So
they're
it'll be the
probably
same gene
Playing-
line.
Although, interesting fact, despite the fact that the Assassin's Creed game before this was called Origins,
This
This
is
one's
set
set-
before. This is I'm getting to this.
400 years!
Yeah. So this is set in 431 BC during the Peloponnesian War in Greece between Athens and Sparta, and you can pick a side, which I think is fucking daft.
Yeah.
Like
It's like a kid.
Who won?
I don't actually know.
Fucking...
I'm pretty sure neither of them did.
That shows how much
In
better-
war,
Because
everybody
because
loses.
I'm pretty sure later the Persians came and killed all of them.
They do that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how it ended, but I don't see the point of picking a side if one of them is
Yeah.
historically going to win, because that means that whatever you do won't actually affect
Yeah, they are.
And also,
the outcome.
is
Like your
one
choice
side-
means nothing.
Is one side not going to be... Are you going to be fighting the Templars, like you do in every other Assassin's Creed
Yeah, see,
game?
that's what they like. I've written like all of this down in my notes, but it's
Well,
moving
that's
away
because
from.
I'm looking at your notes.
Oh, okay. So you play as a mercenary,
Yeah.
right? That's you kind of outcast from your family or something, so you become a mercenary, and that's how you like pick the side. But for me, Assassin's Creed was always about behind the scenes pulling strings. So let's say Athens was like super corrupt and run by the Templars, then it would be you're a Spartan, and it makes sense because they're the red, right? They've always been red apart from Assassin's Creed 3 where Connor was a blue, but that's because the British were red and fuck Britain. So I'm not quite sure why they're going for this really out there mercenary character when that is so far away from the core of Assassins and Assassin's Creed, you know? So I'm not really particularly happy about that. I don't like that you get to pick sides because either it's going to be historically inaccurate, which will annoy me, or my choices will have no effect, which will annoy me.
I, whilst watching the conference, while the trailer was running, I was taking notes, and I wrote in big capital letters, "Why is this Assassin's Creed?"
I don't know why it's called Assassin's Creed. It's got nothing to do with what Assassin's Creed was about. I also don't like that it came before Origins, so it's like this is the beginning.
think, yeah.
But also there's assassins here.
I think it's
Well,
just like
Either they're not assassins and they're contradicting their own title,
Yeah.
or they are assassins and they've contradicted their previous game.
exactly.
Well, they've already contradicted their previous game because there is
Yeah.
already documentation in one of the games about a Persian assassin in and around the same time as this one.
Were you accidentally playing Prince of Persia?
No,
Okay.
no, there is a Persian assassin. I think they mention some of his activities in 429 BC.
That would have been after this.
Yeah, so it's
But
around,
before Origins.
but it's around the same time, but long before Origins.
Yeah.
So Origins kind of is a fuck up. Although I don't particularly know why that was an Assassin's Creed game. Although at least that had features of Assassin's Creed.
yeah.
See, I liked it because it wasn't about... It was about, like, becoming the first assassin.
Yeah.
So it was alright that it was different to the typical assassins, because there's not hundreds of years of training and code
Yeah.
that they operate by. It's him just trying to find his feet and stuff, so I was okay
think
with it.
just more like gameplay wise and trying to appeal to the masses is what made it so different from the old Assassins. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, you know, everything nowadays has to be open world and all these different side quests.
I mean, all the
and stuff.
Assassin's Creeds were.
Yeah, but like more so in Origins, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
size and stuff like that.
And from a
Yeah, like rather than having city and then like fast travel to other
Yeah.
city, it's more
yeah,
like just this is the land.
yeah.
also, I got the vibe. I don't know. Tell me what you thought. I got the vibe that Leonidas' spear
I
is
fucking hated it.
replacing the hidden blade. as your main assassination weapon.
Well, the head of it looks like the Assassin's logo. It goes out
Yeah, it does.
and then up. And like you can superimpose the actual logo there when I do it around my fingers. I don't like how magical it is. Like it glows. Like there's a thing where you're hunting like in the trailer or the gameplay. I forget which one it was. I think it was the trailer. You're like hunting a bear, and then suddenly you have 3 arrows and they're glowing, and then you fire them into the air and it like mortars down on this bear. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I watching?
That doesn't feel Assassin's
Then there
Creed
was
like
like
to me.
the chick. Like I'm not being sexist or anything, right? But there's something in the gameplay where they're playing as Cassandra, and like Alexios couldn't do this either, right? The player character is fighting this guy that's fucking gigantic. He's like 7 feet tall, built like a rhinoceros, right? And she kicks him back about 10 meters, and he goes flying. Like the combat is very. It's not Assassin's Creed-y.
Yeah,
No.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And like I didn't like that from Origins either, because I really liked the combat from Assassin's Creed. The point was you were supposed to be this like ultimate killing machine.
I think I'm like the only person on the planet that prefers the new combat over
I-
the old one.
I had issues with the original combat because you were supposed to be an assassin, so you weren't necessarily supposed to be like unstoppable. You were supposed to be good at killing people from the shadows, not an unstoppable fighter.
Dog
Yeah.
fist fight.
And Origins sort of showed that really well. That if it was 3-on-1, you would get easily
Sure,
overwhelmed,
you could have
Yeah.
vulnerability.
and you were vulnerable. So taking them out stealthily was a much safer option.
Yeah.
But this one, you're a Spartan, for one, the greatest warriors in history.
As proven by Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Go watch it on Friday.
And I don't know, it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game to me.
You said something brilliant yesterday when I was speaking to you about this, but if they changed the name to just Spartan Odyssey, it would be a perfect game. I wouldn't have any problems with it.
Yeah.
They could have like a magical spear. They could have, massive all-out war and a really out-there mercenary character. I think that'd be a really rich, amazing story.
Yeah.
I'm a bit disappointed in sort of the overall direction that the company's
I
going in.
agree, yeah. I feel like, they're going too far from the beaten path of what is Assassin's Creed. But
Which is a shame because ancient Greece
But the
is
thing
such
is,
a brilliant time period
Yeah.
and like the architecture and stuff. It's so Assassin's
I think
Creed.
the only reason they keep doing it is because Assassin's Creed is a moneymaker.
Yeah, they're trading on the
That's all
popularity
they
of the
want to
name.
do, yeah.
Can I say something positive about Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
No.
Because I feel like we haven't said anything positive. But there's a bit of dialogue where Cassandra's talking to a Spartan general and a civilian from Mykonos. And there's an option to ask
If they're
if they're single, and there's like a love heart next to it. And I feel like there's going to be the option to romance NPCs, and I fucking love that in games. There's nothing more fun than just like going and hitting on every NPC you see. I want that. I want to
Cat
make
also did this
Cassandra
in real
fuck
life.
everybody.
Yeah. Any more thoughts on that, or you just...
So that's point one.
Yes. I also saw travel by ship with like ship battles,
Yeah.
which I think is fucking pointless.
Yeah,
it was
I
good
didn't-
for Black Flag because you're a pirate, so your life is at
even
sea.
in
so
Origins,
it makes
I was like,
sense.
I don't really get the point of this that much.
Nah.
Yeah.
I was like, they could
The rest of
literally
the
just
game I loved,
have
yeah.
like a cutscene of us on the boat having a conversation and then get
Exactly,
over with it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't need it.
But, Ty, are you going to buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Probably not. I think I'll give it
Yeah.
a miss. Like, I like the whole...
Okay, one more point.
Yes.
With the combat.
Yeah.
Unity had it was the typical Assassin's Creed combat where it was sort of like counter and then attack again. But there was so much difference between all the archetypes and their abilities and how they attacked you that it was still a difficult combat system, but it was a classic combat system. So I was thinking, like, even just taking something of that and just making the AI smarter rather than changing your system, just because so it stays and like still feels like an Assassin's Creed game. But like, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just what I want.
Unless their plan going forward is that what they've done in Origins and then progressed into this is what Assassin's Creed is now. And Assassin's Creed isn't about assassinations and the assassins anymore. It's just this franchise.
Why not just create a new series? Like, it would still be so good.
there's so many timelines they could feed off too. Like, it wouldn't just be like another Assassin's Creed game, which is what it's seeming to be like now.
Yeah.
You want to like go into those historic events and make a game out of it, make a story out of it.
Tell you, Ty, not going to buy.
Probably not.
What about you, Ken?
Unless they show something much more interesting in the future, I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, I don't think I will. I think I'll probably play it at a later date, to be honest. But I don't think it's not a day one buy for me. No.
I'm still gonna fucking buy it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
an absolute cuck for Assassin's Creed.
That's fair.
It's probably why I feel so strongly about it, because
Yeah, because you care about the series.
I love Assassin's Creed 2. I raved about to everyone for like a year and a half
Yeah.
until it came out, and then Mum got me like the super special edition for like Christmas or something, and it was like the best fucking day of my life. And like following that, like for a month, where I was getting like every feather and all the capes and stuff and all the achievements.
It is the best
It
game in the
was
franchise.
it was such an amazing game and such an improvement on the first one, and I don't like that it's. I would prefer to play that again than play these new ones.
Yeah.
Remake Assassin's Creed 2, you heard it here first.
They've already done that, haven't they? The SEO collection.
Yeah.
Is that redone?
Do it again.
Or is
No, I think that was
Just
just.
by death.
I think that was
Oh.
remaster, not
I think I occupied about 15 minutes
Alright.
there, so over to you.
Second game from you, Ty.
Okay, well, so Division 2.
Ooh.
Now, this is a game that I'm very excited for, which, as you can see,
Three of us are. Not this.
I'm indifferent.
the Division 1 I really enjoyed. I liked the Dark Zone, the
Yeah,
rogue
yeah.
system. I liked. I just really enjoyed the game. I love first person and third person shooters, which I'm really keen for Battlefield, as we discussed earlier as well. But I just really like this. Okay, it's another looting system, which a lot of people don't like because it's not so much skill based as it is just worrying about getting good loot, which a lot of people didn't like. So that created a big
Indifference.
yeah. It was just
Community.
yeah.
It also
Girl on girl.
looting system. A looting system
Penis
like
on
that
penis.
locks you into a sort of a vicious cycle of fight enemies to get the loot, to get to the next enemy, to get to the next tier of loot, to get to the next enemy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And some people really like that, and if it's done well, it's really good.
Yeah.
But if it's done poorly, it's just you just feel like you're spinning your wheels.
Yeah.
if the enemies are exactly the same, like they're repetitive but just higher level, like then that's when it starts to get boring.
Yeah.
Like you want to hit like level 10 or something with their enemies, and then they get bigger or they get nastier looking, or you want to change it up a little bit.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
hoping that's what Division 2 might throw in there. We don't know, but
What is the Division for people that are watching if they never played it?
Shit.
okay. So it's another Tom Clancy's game.
One number over the top of another number.
There you
Mathematics.
So Division is
go. What's it about?
well, I actually haven't seen anything,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
But from the first one,
The two continues on from the
Yeah.
second one.
This
yeah,
is.
except they don't carry your first character profile over, which I think is good because it's a fresh start.
Where
It's-
was the first game again?
New York.
Was it New York?
New
Yeah.
York.
This
This
one's
one's Washington.
This one's Washington, which is cool, and this one's in summer as well, which isn't.
It's an interesting.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount of games set in Washington,
Washington,
DC,
yeah. It's interesting.
other than Fallout 3.
Isn't the Overkill's Walking Dead going to be in Washington?
One of the characters is, but I'm certain because I saw it in the gameplay trailer.
Oh,
It's
just
just
shut the
released.
fuck up
All
then.
four of them come together. I'm pretty sure it's. All
Never mind what I said. Apparently, there's lots of games.
Also, Saints Row, the last one that came out.
No, that wasn't set in Washington.
When you the president?
Yeah, but you immediately got put into a simulation of Steelport,
All right.
which
back
is a
to you.
made-up place.
Keep going, yeah.
So as you've heard, it's based in Washington. So from what I know, it's sort of like a special ops, and
Division.
yes, the Division as they call
Yeah,
them.
It's a special ops division.
JTF or JFT, one
And
of those.
the whole Dark Zone thing is because of like an infection or a disease that had spread across, and that's hence like all the masks and
It was
hazmat suits and such.
Smallpox in the first game. Is that right?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that I remember hearing something
Ebola.
about.
Something that can be prevented
I
if you
hear,
vaccinate
yeah.
kids.
From what I saw, it's still like around, but it's not as bad. It looks like what I was saying before with Last of Us. Like it looks like this will be again a thing taking out not necessarily a community, but another group of people kind of thing. Well, that's what I got from the cinematic trailer anyway.
Yeah.
Which captured me because the first game, like, I thought it was a cool concept, but I didn't really give too much of a shit about the story. Whereas this one actually looks like it has a story, which is good.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with the length of time it did take them to release the first one,
Yeah.
I think after the constant bombardment of updates that they threw at the game to keep it updated and bring in these new items and new
Big changes in the
enemies and maps, and like they just kept throwing content after content. So now I think with Division 2, they're going to start from that point, start from fresh with your characters and see how that goes.
That's it, yeah.
Which is why I'm more excited for it now, because they've had so much time to get it right.
Yeah.
And then still update, and now it might be there.
Yeah, I was saying to the boys before, I feel like it's very similar to the Watch Dogs franchise, where the first one was so hyped and then was a bit of a letdown. And number 2 was releasing critically really good, but obviously just because of the sour taste of the first one, it didn't really take off as much, even though it was a good game. Like, I feel like this is very similar potential for this game to be like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because the major reason I'm not excited for the Division 2 is because the Division 1, in my opinion, the Division 1 has been the greatest disappointment of the current console generation.
It's okay.
You don't have to cry.
I don't know what that was.
I just love the Division.
I just need like 3 breaths really quickly.
John doesn't know how to breathe.
Okay.
No, like, the first Division was supposed to be a launch title for the PS4 and didn't come out till years after the PS4 was already out.
Mm-hmm.
It had almost no content. It seemed unfinished. They, like you said, had to release hundreds of patches and updates to get it to a place where it was even a fun game to play.
Yeah, it was very buggy. There was a lot of particular strategies that people would use because of bugs and glitches, and you know that made you feel powerless when you're coming up against someone. Like, you may have the greater skill, but if they've got these like patchy, glitchy shit going on, then you just get rinsed straight away.
And the end game of the first Division was shit. Like, normally in a game like that, you work up to get to max level to get to the good part of the game. Like in an MMO, getting to max level is sort of like the tutorial, and then you get to the raids and the good part of the game.
Yeah.
The first Division, the end game was fucking crap. So this one better be fucking good.
Yeah, I think that's points that they're definitely
Step
going to
up the
address, and they want to step up the game.
Well, because of the drastic release for the first one, this one's still not coming out until next year, unfortunately, in March.
Which will actually be 2023, given the usual calendar.
Yeah.
So
it'll only be delayed 6 years this time.
It's a bit longer.
Yeah, so
there's not many games scheduled for there though, so I think it is a kind of smart idea for them. Give them a bit more time to.
But who knows? Tom
promote it.
Clancy's might try another one in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Successful due to no one else being there.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I doubt Tom Clancy will throw anything in the middle. He's dead.
From the afterlife.
Well,
I feel like I don't really want to ask you because I know your answer, but are you going to buy it, Cam?
Only if you guys make me.
Okay. Jordan, are you going to buy Division
I'm not
2?
going to make you. I'm not that interested in it, to be honest.
Yeah, what about you, Ty? Are you going to
I
get it?
will. I'll give it a shot. I've got high hopes for it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I think so, yeah.
So there's quite a division between...
Yeah.
A division of 2.
Yeah, Get out. Yeah, interesting, yeah. So, alright, back to everyone's last game. Let's try and get through this and smash out the rest of this. Alright.
Right, Sean, your third game.
Yeah, third game. My one I want to talk about is Death Stranding. Very interesting. People haven't seen it.
It's weird. It'll be here somewhere.
It's friggin' weird.
You're probably looking at a vagina right now.
You probably
the inside of a vagina.
Yeah, you probably know more about that game than we do.
Oh yeah, true. Because of the baby thing, it's gonna look like he's giving birth.
It's Ty's baby. His name is Raul.
So it's made by Hideo Kojima.
Bless you.
Kojima Production. the crazy Asian guy that made all the Metal Gears, the good ones anyway. We don't have a release date yet. It's intriguing, yeah. The first trailer had a lot of shit going on that we didn't know what was happening. It's mocap by Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. Also has mocaps from Mads Mikkelsen and two other girls that I forgot their names, but
There's also in one of the trailers there was mocap by
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro.
because he's a consultant on the game, so a lot of his style. Which is
You
cool.
can tell too
Definitely
that
the dark
he's
tone.
like he's been involved in it.
Yeah.
It's very.
This
like,
game.
It
looks-
reminds me of Pan's Labyrinth. the
Yeah,
visuals,
this game's very
which no one's heard of, but I love that.
like.
I've heard of it,
I
but
feel like this
Great.
game's.
Go home and watch it.
I've heard of it because I've known you for more than an hour.
Yeah. I feel like this
Talk about
game's
it a lot.
this game's heavily reliant on the look and the tone of the game.
Yeah.
As
So,
Kojima games are.
Yeah, this first gameplay trailer. So we actually got gameplay of Norman Reedus' character Sam. Looks like some kind of delivery guy. We don't know what he's delivering.
Pretty
how
sure
he's
his
delivering
name
it.
is actually Philip J. Fry.
Yeah. Cam's got
Delivery
a whole
boy simulator.
Futurama theming.
It's
But,
a Futurama game.
Yeah.
He's fucking with the whole Death Stranding thing. It's a fuck with.
Anyway,
They're making a Futurama.
yeah. So in this trailer, the girl talks to him and says, "Can you see them?" And he says, "I can't see them, but I can feel them." And we assume that's later on in the trailer, the footsteps. We don't have some kind of monster. Very Stranger Things like.
Yeah, it was very Stranger Things like.
Didn't the chick say that in their immediate vicinity,
Yeah.
time goes forward? So when
That's
they put
what I
their
mean.
foot down, the plants just grow. And, like
Exactly.
he went really red.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's
that's
almost like a
supposed to
rash.
be.
So that's what I
Yeah.
mean. There's so many things that are unexplained. We don't know what's going on.
Also, did you notice towards the end of the trailer? There's the scene where you can sort of see the shadows floating, the monster shadows
Yeah, they all
floating,
got umbilical
and it
cords.
looked like they were connected
Well,
by
that's why I'm
umbilical
thinking it's
cords.
got something to do with the baby in his little thing.
And there's a
The
lot
umbilical
of
cord. There's a lot of hidden messages.
I mean,
we don't know what's
the
going
trailer
on.
starts with literally a baby being born,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of like.
I feel like
baby
it's a lot of
symbolism.
life and
Rebirth
death.
as well.
Yeah, life and death, rebirth kind of
It's
vibes to it.
Definitely going to be like a deep.
It's
There's
interesting.
going to be deep meaning to the
And
story.
Kojima's freaking crazy, man. Like, he's already stated in interviews that people are playing Death Stranding, as we know, so I don't know what he means by that. Whether it's just life itself or, like, whether social media aspects will have anything to do with it. Like,
Or
who
he's just a
knows?
crazy person
Yeah,
who's just
that's-
spouting words.
that's also very, like...
Wait, hold on. Does it mean that people are actually walking with backpacks?
He has in the past thrown out information for his games completely to throw people off
Yeah.
what is actually going
Exactly
on.
right. So we don't know much about this game, but
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued by
Any
it.
hypotheses? Anyone?
Ooh, I think it's something to do with life and death.
Futurama simulator.
Any real hypotheses?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something to do with life and death and the border.
Yeah.
Some kind of negative space where these things are. I don't know. It's
There's a lot of Spider-Man.
yeah, negative man. Yeah. I don't
Mr.
know.
Negative.
Yeah, intriguing. But yeah, Cam, are you gonna get Death Stranding? Still a while away. I imagine another year or two. But you're gonna get it when it comes out.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of questions about it. I don't even know what it is,
Yeah.
really. We don't even know what type of game it is.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't-
is it a stealth game? Is it a shooter? Is it just like an exploring game like Journey?
don't
Which would
know.
be interesting, but is that enough to sustain like a
I-
huge AAA title?
I feel like I got a very Last of Us vibe from it, where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
stealth most of the way, but you do have the shooting potential
Moments,
and like
yeah.
combat potential. Because he had the gun. There was a bit where he
Yeah.
folded a gun out.
Yeah.
That is
But
very
most of it, you see, he's like trying to be quiet and not get detected by these things that you don't see.
that is very Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Like it's a stealth game, but if you're shit and you fuck up the stealth,
Yeah.
you can just go guns blazing and
Yeah.
sort of get through it.
I feel like the game will be far easier stealth based.
Yeah, and yeah, I feel like as well you'll be able to play it how you want in your style, which is
Yeah.
you gonna buy it, Jordan?
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it could be so in line with the stuff that I like. It could be way left
Completely
field, and
different,
I
yeah.
can't tell from
We
what
still
they've
don't
shown.
know.
us.
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyrone?
You pretty much took the words out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna buy it just because
You like
I'm
Norman
so
Reedus.
intrigued. Yeah, I'm a Walking Dead fanboy. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued by it, so I'll definitely give it a
Yeah.
shot. Cam,
Yeah,
your
So my last game, probably.
Hi,
the
I'm John
biggest
Warner,
game
game director
that's
for
been shown at
Anthem,
E3.
and today
Oh,
I'll be
you
taking
guys
you
decide.
through our
Anthem.
first live demo.
Yes, just Anthem. Or 4-player Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what I thought. Watching the trailer for Anthem, I was just like, I can't wait to be Iron Man with all my friends.
They said these
Oh my god.
some kind of acid.
Yeah.
So,
BioWare,
That's the
made by BioWare,
Good studio.
apparently releasing the 22nd of February 2019. Although
I feel like it's going to get pushed another few months, maybe a month or two.
what we've seen, so in the video game industry, and in other creative fields, but I can only talk for the video game industry, they have what's known as a vertical slice, which is generally the trailers and demos we see are a vertical slice. It's a vertical slice, like, you know, when you cut a cake and you pull it out, you can see all of the layers to it,
Yep.
but it's only a little piece.
Yep.
So they get a small piece of the game up to release quality before the rest of the
Show
game
that.
is created.
Yeah.
So what we've seen is only a slice of the game that they've probably all been working on
For the
non-stop
sake of E3.
Yeah.
to get it to this point.
You
Yeah.
don't know what the rest of the cake looks like.
So we don't know where the rest of it is at, whether most of the game is at that point and they're just putting
Yeah.
finishing touches, or it's still years away and
Definitely.
Yeah.
they're
I
going to
feel like
delay the
most
release
of what
date.
we've seen looks like it's around this same like hour or two part of the game.
Yeah, a
And
lot of
the
it.
gameplay that they showed as well looked like near identical
Yeah.
to what they showed.
And they had a playable demo, which I obviously didn't play because I live in Australia. But I've seen interviews of people who did play it, and they said it's exactly what was shown in the demo is the playable trailer.
Okay.
Exactly that,
That's
and
cool.
it wasn't available to the public at the point where I read it. I don't know if it is now, but they played it with the devs, and they were only allowed to play
To a certain point.
the Ranger class, which is the first
Yeah,
class,
that's like the stock
standard
standard
guy.
for everyone.
So perhaps the other classes aren't even finished.
Yeah,
Don't know.
that's not good
I haven't
signs
played
for
it,
this
so I don't know.
release day.
That being said, it fucking looks incredible.
It does, yeah. What's the concept of the game? How would you describe it?
You live. It's not Earth, is it? It's
I don't
like
know, I
a.
don't think it is. From what I've
It
heard.
seems like an alien planet where
Looks very pretty visual
Yeah.
with all these different
there are
creatures
there
and
are
stuff.
human
Stuff.
human
Yeah,
settlements
that looks
that are sort of safe havens, but outside of that, the world is completely inhospitable.
Yeah.
So you've got to wear these huge armored battle suits to even go outside, which is where the Iron Man thing's coming from.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of cool flying mechanics. The flight mechanic has a really cool system where you actually like have a heat gauge, so you can't fly indefinitely. You have to maintain your heat, and so you can fly through like waterfalls or underwater to reduce your heat. But when you're underwater, you also have a limited amount of oxygen, so you can't stay underwater forever.
But it's not just like you have 10 seconds of fuel.
Yeah.
It's like,
Which is good because it sort of they can balance out. You sort of have to plan how you're going to get to. Like
Yeah.
if there's a really deep underwater cavern with special loot in it, you've got to sort of plan how to get down
Yeah.
there, or like real high. And like running away from high tier enemies is probably going to be difficult if you're just
Yeah.
trying to fly away.
Yeah.
I also like that it means that you don't just go like direct, like as the crow flies to wherever you need
Yeah.
to go, and then just leave your controller and wait 10 minutes to
Yeah,
get
you
there. It's like
sort
I've
of
actually got
take
to
detours
navigate this
Yeah,
world
it feels like
efficiently.
it feels like the journey of how you're going to get to places is going to be just as fun as actually
Yeah,
what you're doing.
definitely. Especially
And-
if like the four of us are in flight
Yeah.
formation.
Yeah,
And
I-
also, it looks fucking beautiful. So
Yes,
traveling around
yes.
is just going to be
awesome. Yeah. Do
great.
you know anything more about the tiers of the suits? I don't know like
Yeah.
names by, but I know obviously there's like
Ranger,
Rangers,
Colossus, Interceptor,
Colossus is the
and
big
Storm.
one. Sweet.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one that they called a spellcaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like sort of if you know standard sort of
felt
RPG type
Yeah.
player roles. There's like your Ranger is your standard sort of everyman sort of thing. The Colossus is obviously your
Big
tank.
and heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Interceptor looks like the speedy DPS sort of character,
Yeah.
and then the Storm is your ranged spellcaster.
Yeah, Interceptor's
Yeah.
like the glass cannon.
Yeah, yeah. And I like that. I appreciate
Yeah.
a good twist on like those standard sort of 4 classes that games have.
Yeah.
And the customizable, like you can customize all of your
That's
gear.
what's
You
really
can customize the look of your
Yeah.
of your suit. The color, I'm so excited to just be
Yeah,
a
man.
fucking really giant angry purple dude. Fuck yeah.
That'd be a sweet ass baby blue Iron Man.
I'm probably just gonna go like black and red Interceptor type
Yeah,
style.
nice.
Look like
Yeah.
a real stealthy dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe snipe some dudes. You know, you guys know how much I like to
Yeah.
Yeah.
stay fucking
Be a-
far away
be a
from the
bitch.
combat. And maybe hit one shot out of 50 and then be like, yes, did my job.
I'm helping.
Yeah, man. It's a big talked about
Yeah.
game. It's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
One thing that is odd to me, they're making it like a story. BioWare are famous for their stories.
Mass Effect makers.
Mass Effect. before that, like great story games even before Mass Effect.
Did they do Bioshock? Was that a different company?
I think that.
think that was
Yeah, different company. I
Alright.
think. Don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna Google.
I'll
real
display
quick.
it in the thing. But they want this to be story focused, but because it's multiplayer, the game world is going to be multiplayer. But when you come back to your base, it's single player,
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
so
be
you
weird.
you get like your own base. I don't know how that's going to work when you're partied up.
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, KOTOR,
Yeah. And Dragon
best Star Wars
Age.
game. Yeah, Dragon Age.
So
Good games.
so good games in
Good
there.
games under their belt.
Oh, yeah,
From
they're-
Andromeda, but
Well-established company, I would say.
yeah.
Oh,
definitely. BioWare have a big following. It's
And-
a very successful
And
company.
strong story-based
Publisher.
games, all those.
Developer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and good multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the Star Wars Online stuff was
Yeah.
very popular.
Yeah, the single player bases compared to the multiplayer like Outworld. Or is that gonna like? Do you have to party up every time you want to leave your base?
I don't think they'll
And
make
does
you do
everyone have to leave their base at the same time?
Mm.
Like the only game I can think of that has that same system is Monster Hunter World.
Mm.
Came out
Yeah.
this year. Was that this year?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
That was February, I think.
Feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest issues with that is you went into the base and you were on your own in the base, and then you had to re-party up every time you went out to the
Oh,
world,
shit.
and it's very frustrating because you got to like wait for everyone to be ready, all ready up, all go, and then all hit the loading screen, and before you get into the game, and that concerns me. I don't want that.
What I would like from that sort of perspective is that the sort of the single player home base is just where you can go in and like change out bits and pieces of your loadout and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's not like where the game is.
Yeah.
It's outside and it's optional to have multiplayer.
almost
Like
like a
with
pause
Fallout,
menu.
where
Yeah.
you can just go it alone, you can party up. It's not like one
Yeah.
or the other.
Well, it's funny because Division was like that.
Yeah.
Division had their safe houses that you could walk into by yourself with a multiplayer map.
Yeah. Not originally. Because originally the safe houses anyone can go into, and
Yes.
then cunts would stand in the fucking doorway. And the first time I ever played the Division, a dude stood in the doorway for 45 minutes before I turned the fucking game off. I never even got out of the first fucking room. Fuck that game.
So yeah, Cameron loves the Division. But yeah, no. Jordan, are you gonna buy Anthem?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's going to be a firm yes.
Yeah. Same.
Absolutely. It's very Destiny-like in my opinion. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I did not like Destiny.
I feel I
fucking
do
love
see
Destiny.
some similarities. in
yeah,
Destiny,
it gets
especially
compared
the
to
the whole
classes.
suits, the shooting, the classes,
The classes,
the
definitely some
customization,
similarities. Yeah.
all very nice. So yes.
Yeah, that's a yes for me too. And obviously-
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to be fucking Iron Man.
Yeah.
so-
I think the
But,
reason
like,
I didn't like
early
Destiny
Iron
was
Man.
because it was kind of just... Wasn't it made by the people that made Halo?
Yes,
Yeah.
Bungie
And
makes
it's
Destiny.
like, my first instinct was, do you want to maybe do something different that isn't people in suits in space? Like shooting everything?
They're like, we made millions out
They're
of
like,
it.
yeah, we did. You went from being a silent guy to being a talky guy.
we got
Kidding,
sacked from Halo, so let's make the same premise in a game, just pretty it up a bit.
They didn't even get sacked from Halo.
They just left.
They didn't want to keep making the same game.
And then they went and made the same
And
game.
then they just went and made fucking multiplayer Halo.
Which, Halo already had multiplayer.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Alright.
Last game from
Anthem.
Jordan.
Oh my god.
What do you
I
want to talk about?
I am so keen for Ghost of Tsushima. I
Yes.
saw it for the first time like a day and a half ago, and it's consumed every thought of mine. It takes place in the 13th century feudal Japan where Mongols invaded in 1274. And like the gameplay that they had at E3, it was the 9th day of the invasion.
yes.
I'm very excited for all of it. It looks it's just gorgeous to look at because there's these deep greens and like pale yellows, and then like really strong, bold reds, which people that are fans of like Japanese art and stuff, they really love to have these bold reds and like deep greens to accentuate the strong reds. So I'm very excited for how it looks. There was a bit of parkour in it where he climbed up onto the side and then did some
Yeah.
grapple hook stuff.
The
Yeah,
grapple hook
that
looks
grapple hook was
awesome.
cool, yeah.
But this was from the people that made Infamous Sucker Punch,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
they've had a bit of experience
studio.
with
They also
good
made
parkour.
They also made Sly Cooper.
Mm.
Love that game.
Little side note for the gameplay too. That was only a side mission. That wasn't even like a main.
Yeah.
story
I actually
mission.
have that in my notes.
Yeah, how cool
Yeah.
is that?
I'm very excited for that because that means that there's just random quests. Because it happened when he was riding through a forest and this woman came out screaming.
Yeah.
Which means that while you're riding about in the world, shit is still just going on, and you can
It's
intercede or you can just leave it.
It's one of the first few games where side quests come to you.
It from the trailer, it seemed like that was like a really important part of the story too.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is just a random side quest. It's not at all part of the story, and that shows how good the storytelling is going to be. To me.
Especially because like it's not like, oh yeah, you've just completed the quest, because he tries to finish it off, and the chick that was working with him tries to kill the guy he just saved, and then they have a little fight, and it was like, if this is a side quest, like what the fuck is the main story
it was
gonna be?
That quest was a nice little story.
Yeah.
Like, because at that point, I want to see where that goes. That's not even the main story. I want to see where that story goes.
Yeah. It's exciting.
He's going to cut that bitch's head off.
I'm very excited for all of it. I love the way the guy looks. In the trailer, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Jin Sakai. In the trailer, he changes outfits a couple times. There's one where he's like, the farmer
two different outfits,
and the straw hat. And then there was one where he was like full-on ninja samurai thing. So I'm thinking there's going to be customization. I'm looking at it like a Japanese Witcher. So
it does...
It
especially
screams
with, Japanese Witcher.
Especially with the very strong wind effect that they had in it. But there was a great... Like, I picked apart everything I saw in E3 as best I could. There was a bit where he's looking out on the hill and there's like all this destruction, like burning Japanese buildings and stuff. And you could see rainfall, like the cloud pattern of rainfall, like
cool.
way off in the distance.
Tiny little details of that.
And it's just
Sexy little
amazing.
camera effects.
Great. I can't stop speaking highly of this game, but great details were in a developer interview. They said that they worked with kendo experts, so all of the samurai swordplay is going to be proper traditional samurai techniques executed with
Sounds
absolute
weird.
precision.
Even when after
You
he
say
killed
that.
someone.
Yeah.
But watching the trailer, Jin doesn't use kendo in the fight with the woman. I can't remember her name.
There's more than one form.
But the standard samurai form is 2 hands on the blade always, and he, almost in the first instant, he grabs these 2 hands on the blade, sets up, and then goes like this, and like holds the blade out with one hand.
I mean, there's more than one form.
Yeah, but that's...
There is a martial art. There is a full
traditional
martial art called...
kendo is always 2 hands on the blade.
That's kendo.
And
that's
one
more
hand
for
is
swords.
more...
Hold on. Kendo is one of the Japanese martial arts for swords, right?
The samurai one.
There is a martial art specifically for the art of pulling the blade out of the sheath called Aido.
It's really fucking hard. Because those
And like you
blades
see
can
it
cut you up.
implemented. Obviously, they're not just going to go like standard, like whatever. But they've
I did
consulted
appreciate
actual
that
experts.
when he did the like the flick, and then the like.
I was gonna say
That's
the
exactly.
wipe of the arm.
if you rewind like a minute, when he killed, as I said, when he killed that person and then did the blade like that, I was like,
Yeah.
I've seen that before in some of my stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
The back of the blade, though,
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
front of the blade. Because if you
Yeah,
did that,
yeah.
if you did that with a katana, your whole arm would just fucking
Yeah,
fall
it's
off. Those
just
things are
like-
sharp.
Samurai.
But the combat looks incredibly fluid. Like
Yeah, it looks great.
I am so excited to just run around and cut off the heads of Mongolians.
Yeah.
Not specifically because they're Mongolian, so don't try and push that on
Have
me.
you seen?
Just because they're the antagonist. in
Have you
this
seen the
instance.
trailer from Paris Game Week? The debut trailer.
No.
So
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if you'll know this. Who was the leader of the Mongols at the time?
I don't think it was Genghis Khan.
Was it Kublai Khan?
I don't know.
He's Genghis Khan's grandson. So there's, just side note, there's a show called Marco Polo,
Oh yeah.
One on Netflix, yeah.
and one of the main characters is Kublai Khan, played by Benedict Wong,
Yes.
who is Wong in Marvel.
And
In
Wong in real life.
in the
apparently.
original trailer, in the first trailer, they show what seems like the leader of the Mongol invasion, and it is played by Benedict Wong. And if he's playing Kublai Khan,
Same
I'm going to be
character.
so happy.
That's cool.
It does. He looked like Genghis Khan.
Well, Kublai Khan is
His
Genghis
grandson,
Khan's grandson, so it would make sense.
Well, like when I saw it, my first thought was that's Genghis Khan, like the most famous Mongolian ever, one of the most famous, like invaders and conquerors ever,
And also the greatest.
and just like he's.
No question.
Isn't like 1 in 200 Asians like a descendant of his because he was such
He was a
breeder?
prolific fucker.
He did a lot of breeding. But yes, I'm so fucking keen for this game. I'm just gonna double check all my notes to make sure I've got everything.
while you're doing that, I'm a real fan of like
Japan.
And like old school samurai movies. I'm a real nerd. And there's this like thing in samurai things where there's the two samurai face off and they sort of stand there and then they charge at each other and both slash and then they both sort of separate and they're standing there and then one like drops and like blood explodes out of them and dies and it
I like
shows
the
who
whole
wins.
body slide. And then
when Jin and the girl were facing off, I was so hoping that they'd just be like one slash and then she'd just like drop and bleed and that would be it. Because that would have been so good.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. And it's
So
pandered to my brilliance.
other stuff that I got from the gameplay was, like I said, the parkour. There's the stealth stuff. There was like the multiple takedown, like your fucking Batman in Arkham City.
Yes.
Like the fear takedown. There was the guy that horned for backup.
Mm.
I hope there's no go and clear the temple of bad guys like they did in Far Cry, where you just go places and kill dudes.
Yeah.
Like I want it to have more meaning than that. You know.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really want like some form of customization, just because everyone loves to have their own look.
Their look of it, yeah.
Not that I'm like particularly upset with how he looks. I think he looks very.
Yeah.
He looks like he's a farmer, like a retired samurai turned farmer that he's using to
Yeah.
like blend in with
Well,
stuff.
the story points I heard were that he was a really traditional samurai, but he's now one of the last of the samurai in
He's Tom Cruise
in Tsushima. So he's sort of had to adapt, and it seems like he's sort of adopted like sort of ninja techniques
Yeah.
of like dressing as a farmer to blend in and
Yeah.
sneaking on the roof and dropping down, because that's not a thing a samurai would do. A samurai would come through the front door and be like, "Jewel me, bitches," and fucking kill all of them one at a time, one on one. Because they were psychos about that shit.
They would have like just waited outside the door. Hey, doja! I challenge you, and then throws down one of those things. One detail I really loved was the wakizashi as
Yes.
well. So you've got the katana.
I know
there.
what that is.
It's the
Yeah,
smaller
the second
katana.
one,
It's the
yeah,
second
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Now in that era of Japan and like with samurai stuff, you were official samurai if you had the wakizashi as well as the katana, which I thought was a nice detail.
Yeah.
Was he was like a proper proper samurai.
Yeah.
She had
At
that
least
too.
at one point. So, you know, that's got to be an old habit, and the same with like the cleaning the blade after every
Yeah,
battle's
yeah.
done and stuff. I am so fucking excited for this game. I'm probably going to buy it day one.
Yeah. You gonna buy it, Ty?
Yeah, I get like strong For Honor vibes from it, and I really
It,
enjoyed For Honor.
it's a single player For Honor should have had, but didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the better For Honor.
Yeah. What about you, Cam?
Especially because I slammed Orochi to fucking rep 15.
Oh god, I fucking hated Orochi.
Cam, you gonna buy?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Japanese samurai stuff, and
Yeah.
Japanese dudes as
I'm
well.
definitely gonna buy. Yeah, I love Japanese dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely all about it.
Nice. Yeah. I'm not too sure. I'm still a bit.
Fuck you, buy it!
Still a bit on toes about it.
We'll
I'll
peer
probably-
pressure you into
I'll
it. Don't
probably
worry.
buy it, but yeah, I'll think about it a bit more.
Alright,
All right.
last
Okay.
one.
Last game.
So mine's short and sweet. Smash Brothers.
Super.
The end.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
So it was announced a few months ago now, prior to E3.
Yeah, I wanted to say like
Yeah,
maybe
it's
two
been-
directs ago.
It's been
2 or 3
known.
months ago.
So there was that.
It is known.
There was that cheeky little teaser trailer that we saw of the
Fireball.
closing it on the eye and
Yeah.
the
It
big
was an
logo,
inkling looking at it too.
One of the new
Yeah.
characters.
which is really exciting. Like they always bring out new characters, new maps, new skins, new like everything, which is great.
Yeah.
Ways to sell new amiibos, of course.
Yeah, they said that all the amiibos will be
Yeah.
be able to be used in this Smash Bros. as
Yes.
well.
I like the way they
Which is-
support amiibos in Smash.
I just realised I still need stuff.
I like how they support amiibos through just about every Nintendo game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in a sense, like
Yeah.
they incorporate them all the time. It's not like, oh, you have to get this season or this season. Like it's always, here's them all. You can use them all the
Yeah.
time.
I also I appreciate in Smash, the more you use amiibos, it actually makes the game harder.
Mm.
Because you scan your amiibo and it's a computer controlled character that learns the way you fight with the intention of fighting it later, and it knows how you fight, so it kicks the fuck out of you, and you have to like
Learn
how
new ways.
You have
Yeah.
to get better and learn new techniques to
Yep.
continue to progress in the game. So it's like they've
Very
used
exciting.
it to progress players' skills in the game rather than just like give you free shit.
And learn how to beat the CPU, and then always just smash them.
Yeah.
Um,
Bros.
But I can't think of the other. There was another game that was like that learned. Hello Neighbor.
Yeah.
That learnt how you moved or like everything that you did, and then worked on that to beat you.
Yeah.
Like I
So it's
love
always
that sort of
challenging.
strategy. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's
Challenging
really
game.
really good. But yeah, Super Smash Brothers played just about all of them except for the one on GameCube.
Brawl.
Yes, that one.
That's
Yeah.
the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. And also, speaking of GameCube, they're bringing a GameCube controller for the Switch now to use.
Yeah.
So
Which a lot of people like because
that's huge for Smash.
despite how stupid it looks, the GameCube controller is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Pikmin.
Yeah, I know a few people that really prefer that controller.
I loved playing on GameCube. My mate when I was living in England, my mate across the road had it.
Yeah.
And I would literally just go around to play, like, I forget what Mario game it was, but you got to ride around on Yoshi in this, like, city. So I would just, like, go around his house for a couple hours, be like, give me your GameCube, and then just play Mario.
Mario Kart on GameCube was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, the big thing as well is that every character that's ever been in Smash Bros. Is now playable in this.
Which is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
that's a huge
with the
character
new,
list.
yeah, so they've added 2 Inklings. With that, it's 64, is it? Am I wrong?
65 because there's also Ridley,
Yes, they did announce that.
which is, if you don't know who Ridley is, major villain from the Metroid series. It's a big fucking dragon. I don't
Yeah.
know why a series like Metroid that's set in space about weird space aliens that suck the life out of you
It's
has
like
a major
dragon.
villain that's a fucking dragon.
It's like a dragon
but-
crossed with alien.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, Xenomorph.
I mean, it's named
So
Ridley after
yeah,
Ridley
exactly. Yeah,
from
that's what I
Alien.
mean, Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I appreciate that they have given every character ever to us.
And they've kind of updated the look too.
Yeah.
Did you guys see all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've given like Link stuff from Breath of the Wild and all that.
Cappy from
Yeah,
Mario.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah.
But I don't like. I'm underwhelmed by the new characters.
Yeah,
We got Inklings we already knew were coming,
Yeah.
and I'm not if you're not a fan of Splatoon like me,
Yeah.
then
You don't really
then
give 2 shits
who
about
cares?
it, yeah.
Ridley is an odd one because it doesn't really seem to fit into Smash. And then we got Daisy, who is actually not really a new character; it's just a reskin of Peach.
Yeah. It's a what are they
Echoes.
called? Echoes, yeah.
It's like the Mario and Luigi.
I feel like
No,
But
because
Luigi
Mario
had
and
a
Luigi
completely
have
different-
different movesets.
Yeah.
Daisy and Peach have the exact same moveset, they just
Okay.
look different.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
annoying.
we might see some more characters in the coming days because like traditionally from when they've released other Smash Brothers in the past, like maybe a week after, they've always had like a few days where they release new characters and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So hopefully we do see more.
Well, with the original Smash Brothers that was on 64, the thing that I really enjoyed about that was doing the target challenges and stuff like that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
unlock new characters.
Yeah,
So I really hope that they bring in some form of challenge.
I think they definitely
they
will.
have
Mode
said that the roster is going to start really small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, Sakurai, director, said most likely it's going to start with a roster around the size of the original roster, which I think was 8 or 10.
Yeah.
And then as you play the game, build to 65.
Yeah, which is cool.
The amount they have at the
Yeah.
moment.
Sweet.
I was a bit worried about they didn't really focus. They did kind of show like new levels and stuff like that and characters here, but they didn't show too much of it. So I was a bit worried that maybe they were taking the port version of the Wii U and just updating that a bit. But at the same time, them not showing too much, maybe they are working on the gameplay. And they did show like different new dodges and stuff like that, which is cool.
Yeah, there's a whole new move type. There's
Yeah.
like jumping attack,
Yeah.
which will change. It gives every single character's moveset has to be redone because they've got a new attack. So it will definitely change the way they move.
Yeah.
I like the stages they showed off. I like.
Yeah, that the Zelda one, the Great Plateau, looked
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm keen to
The
play.
F-Zero stage where you just can get hit by cars
Yeah,
and like fucked
it's-
is
yeah,
great.
They've brought back so many levels too, so it's gonna have a lot
Good
of
old
replay.
Falcon Punch!
Yeah, man. That's what
I
I'm
can't
all
wait.
about. Yeah.
Captain
I
Falcon.
suck at fighting games, but I'm all about it.
I'll happily beat the fuck
You
out
will.
of you at Smash.
All Smash Brothers will be fun for us to all play.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna buy this?
100%.
Nice.
No doubt.
Also, is it going to be online?
See, now that's the thing. It will be, because I thought that the release date. That's another thing I was a bit underwhelmed with, because it's December 7th. I thought it would tie in with the September release date of Nintendo Online. Like, you think that'd be the smart thing to do, like release a big online game with it. But obviously that's not happening. But interesting. Anyway, yeah, Jordan.
Fuck
You're gonna
no.
buy it. Yeah, I was gonna
In
say
that conversation, I didn't say a word. I
Yeah,
have nothing
Jordan-
to contribute to
Jordan
this.
doesn't
Yeah,
like
he's
Nintendo.
not a Nintendo man.
Just, it's just never been
Yeah.
yeah,
there.
that's fair.
I've always been like,
Yeah,
just other games.
that's how you feel. That's how I was when we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima.
When-
Like, yeah, samurai.
when-
yeah.
It's something to do with sushi.
I feel like for the three of us, when we started playing games, there wasn't really any other options
Yeah.
than Nintendo.
You're still, you're
Like
right.
my first
I'm-
console was
yeah.
a Super Nintendo Entertainment System, so I didn't really have much other choice. Because what else was there? Sega. Fuck Sega.
Yeah.
I didn't get a PS1 because I was poor. I had 64 until PS2 came out. Like a year later, I got one.
Because I'm a few years younger than you guys, but I also started gaming probably quite
Bit
Yeah.
later. Bit later
like
in
probably
life.
when I was like 8.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys might have gone in a bit sooner.
I think we may have gone through
I
3
started
consoles
gaming when I
now.
was 3.
I say
Yeah.
8. I remember like getting like a PlayStation 2 when I was 8. I think.
Mm.
So I had a PS1 before that and like a few Game Boys,
PlayStation 2
but
came out when-
Yeah, I had a Game Boy.
I think I was in high school when PlayStation 2 came out.
No, you
I
were, you
got
were in
one.
primary school. Because I was in primary school when PS2
No,
came out.
if he was 8,
No, you were in primary school. It was. It would
I
I
maybe
was 8.
5
I
or
would have been in
6.
year 4, I think. So you would have been in year 7.
yeah,
Back to it, Ty. You buying Smash Bros.
Absolutely.
But it,
nice.
it was out
And-
prior to.
yeah.
It wasn't like I got it day 1.
Anyway,
It's a big yes from me. as
Ty's,
well.
Ty,
Definitely getting
Sean's
Smash
just
Bros.
trying to push.
Alright, so that's our top 3 games done. We have some awards
Yes.
here at 151.
If you have
doing
anything
top
else
10s?
you want us to talk about, let us know.
We're doing that
Maybe
after
we'll
the
do
awards.
this.
Oh, we're doing
do
after
this
the
one.
awards. Alright. So we've come up with a few awards. Best Franchise Edition. We've discussed this all prior, and looking at the clock, we are not fucking talking about like 20 more games. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, Best Franchise Edition. In Bronze Trophy, because that's how inventive and clever we are, we have Rage 2. Silver Trophy goes to Battlefield 5. And Gold Trophy goes to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Game most excited to record, and hopefully you guys are on board with this for seeing this whenever the fuck it comes out.
That's it.
Bronze Trophy for Fallout 76. Silver Trophy for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Given only 75% of us voted for that one, it's going to be a fun day. And Gold Trophy for Anthem, because the 4 of us zipping around as fucking Tony Stark wannabes is going to be such a laugh. I honestly think that one will get like 20 videos out of.
Oh,
Like, we'll play the shit
I
out
will
of it.
never stop playing that game.
I reckon we're going to dedicate a video just to looking at the fucking scenery.
Yeah. Just flying about.
I will do that.
Most likely to succeed. This is just based on
Predictions.
our own predictions as well as what's already been presented at E3. So the stuff that we got more depth this E3 will have scored higher. But we've got in Bronze Trophy, Cyberpunk 2077, Silver Trophy, Last of Us 2, and Gold, Spider-Man. We are very, very excited for Spider-Man. I think it's going to be a massive, massive success,
Everybody
especially
loves
considering
Spider-Man.
what the Marvel film,
Yeah.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing right now. It's just the most popular thing out,
Yeah.
just bar nothing.
Spot on, yeah. The hype for this is good.
Most likely to flop. Now for this one, Bronze Trophy is the biggest flop. So Gold Trophy for biggest flop is going to be Division 2. And I say going to be, not we voted, it's going to be the big... Just kidding. Silver Trophy for Jedi Fallen Order, just because Star Wars hasn't had a great... Like, it's had a lot of good games, but it's still not quite really there. If they do something with it that I think is, very story-driven, has really good action in it, and they just ignore that fucking ridiculous shit from Battlefront 2, then it'll be really good, but we don't know. And Bronze Trophy, the biggest flop, Skull and Bones. Just because...
That'd be the gold trophy.
No, it's the
No,
bronze.
it's a
No, it's the
Bronze
bronze because
is
it's
the
a dunce.
Okay.
It's the shitty.
If only someone had explained that earlier!
Ty's like, yes, did I tell him?
Right, best narrative. Just, again, pure guesswork, but I think it'll be... it came third, unfortunately, but I think it'll be Ghost of Tsushima. That's the Bronze Trophy. I think it'll be that just because of the history there. Silver Trophy, Cyberpunk 2077. And Gold Trophy, Last of Us 2. I think the first one was just far too successful and popular for it to not be the best narrative.
Naughty Dog have a great record with the story based.
Naughty Dog are just some of the best writers, I think, in gaming going around at the moment.
They're awesome.
Best art style, Bronze Trophy for Beat Saber, which is the VR game where you play drums with a lightsaber. Silver trophy for Ghost of Tsushima. Touched on it earlier. Just the Japanese look of the game. It really feels like you're in feudal Japan. And gold trophy for Sea of Solitude. We haven't spoken about that. I would recommend going and giving that a watch. It's really
Depressing.
quite something to see.
Fucking depressing.
The art looks incredible.
I think it really captures the idea of like depression and whatnot very well.
It definitely does. It looks amazing. And
So I'm very excited to see them successful
Same.
and make sure the game gets good reviews. Best overall presentation, bronze trophy for Bethesda.
really just Todd Howard.
Just Todd Howard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Todd Howard was going against two entire companies, as you will.
And he
hear
still
this.
almost won.
Shout out to Todd.
It was like a couple of points, I think.
We love Todd Howard.
It was hard to vote against it.
Yeah. Silver trophy, ironically, for Xbox. Because they don't have this system, and gold trophy for Sony. I think it just blew us away with Spider-Man and Ghost
That
of
fucking
Tsushima.
flute guy, that's what sold me on Sony.
I'm mad it was a white dude.
I was a little bit mad about that. He was fully dressed as
I was like, he was fully dressed. I zoomed in on his face. I was like, you look like a fucking accountant teacher.
It was
Yeah.
it was you.
Did you imagine
It
that?
was
Yeah.
you dressed as a Japanese man doing
Now
doing
we go
the flute.
to our flute. Hi guys, I'm Kenneth.
Kenneth, what a white
Kenneth,
man.
that's a recorder you've got.
Yeah.
Right. And last but not least, best game of E3, the Platinum Trophy from 151 Gaming. We have given to, drumroll please, Spider-Man. I knew exactly what was written on the card. I went for effect. I think that's us done. I think that's our E3 wrap-up recap.
Yeah.
Now
Midweek
let's
thing.
hit this top 10 now.
Yeah, before we go, we're all going to list our top 10 of E3.
If you have no interest in that, you can click off now.
Don't
It's
click
been,
on.
Watch it.
it's
Watch
been close.
Jolly
It's
Ads.
been close to 2 hours.
You're
You
gonna
can
see
go
some,
now.
You're gonna see some really cool animations of us pretending to be Fortnite characters while we do our list.
All right.
Alright. Sean,
My
your top 10.
top 10 countdown. Number 10, I have Dying Light 2. I'm pretty keen for that. I love zombies.
Yeah.
Number 9, I have Fallout 76. Never been a Fallout fan, but I'm intrigued by this. I'm excited
Ooh.
to try it. Number 8, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I know we
That
had some
high?
bad... Yeah. I know we had some
Not
thoughts
even on my
about it.
list.
But I mean, I'm going to give it a crack. I do like the design. I
Didn't
like
you say you
just
weren't
the
gonna buy
look. No, I said I'll buy it at a later date. I'm
Okay.
still going to play it. Number
Great.
7, Division 2. I like the look of that. I hope they can improve on it. I know Cameron's not very happy about that. Number 6, I should have been a bit higher, but still Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I think everyone knows what Smash Bros is, and we're keen.
Yep.
Number 5, Death Stranding. No idea what it's about, but I'm going to play that bad boy. Number 4, Rage 2. That really caught me. That never played the first one, but holy shit, does this look fun? So I'm sold on that. Number 3, I have The Last of Us 2. Big fan of that. I mean, you got to be a fan of The Last of Us. Excited for that. Number 2, I have Anthem. I think we all just talked about Iron Man about 500 times. We're going to do it. And my top of my list, number 1, Spider-Man, of course.
Yes.
Day one buy for me. I'm excited.
So your top
Makes
2
sense.
are just Marvel.
Yeah.
much.
Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Wasn't there like an Avengers project game that was supposed to be?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's...
Yeah, I was
I
supposed to
haven't
get
heard
it
anything
announced,
about
but nothing got said. Yeah.
That would have been your number 3.
Yeah.
Then you would have had the Marvel trio.
Yeah.
No, he would have been the Avengers.
Would have had the Trinity, which is awkward because
Spider-Man's not in the Avengers.
All right.
So my top 10. Number 10, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Can't go wrong. My number 9 was Bethesda announcing that they're working on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. Starfield being their first new IP in ever. Number 8, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's a game by From Software. You're gonna die.
And it's Japanese. So
I guarantee you're gonna die more than twice. Number 7, Rage 2. You can throw a boomerang that kills people. 6, Cyberpunk 2077 looks fucking incredible. 5, Ghost of Tsushima also looks fucking incredible. Number 4, Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced years and years and years and years and years ago, but I'm still excited for
Got
it.
a release date.
Number 3 is Anthem, which Iron Man looks fucking incredible. Number 2 is Spider-Man, because I don't like Marvel as much as he does. And number 1, my favourite video game franchise of all time, Fallout 76.
Woo!
Nice.
Alright. My top 10 is, in 10th place, I've got Jedi Fallen Order. It was just an announcement and there's no data to really measure here, but it's a Star Wars themed game,
Exactly.
so I'm going to have my interest peaked. I love Star Wars. Number 9 is just the Elder Scrolls 6 announcement. I recently just started playing Skyrim again for no fucking reason, and I'm loving it. So the next Elder Scrolls I'm going to buy straight away as well. Number 8 was the For Honor DLC. I loved For Honor more than I really should have, because I didn't even have the internet capability. So I played AI for like 6 months. Like my life was tragic. All right. Number 7, I'm going for Skull and Bones. I think if it doesn't flop, it'll be really fun, but the risk of it flopping is quite high. But it's still going up there. Number 6, I'm gonna put Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know, because it is an Assassin's Creed, but I don't think they're doing it justice. Number 5, Days Gone, the zombie game where you're like a biker or something. I just think it looks ridiculous. Like the Horde looks just fucking menacing. I believe number 4 now, I think. Yep. Anthem, just because, you know, Iron Man. Just got to. Number 3, Spider-Man. Number 2, Thor. No, number 3, Spider-Man for obvious reasons. Number 2, I'm going for Battlefield 5 just because I fucking love World War history and I think it's going to be a great game. Really fun multiplayer. I'm actually quite keen for the Battle Royale to see how they do it and see if they do it well. And number 1 for me is Ghost of Tsushima just because it looks fucking amazing. I'm so keen for it. Ty, on to you.
Alright, so number 10, Serious Sam 4. Great game. Looking like it. Gears of War 5 at number 8, Fear the Wolves.
Nice.
I know you're excited about this. I know
Gears
nothing
5.
about it.
I think it's really
Fear
good.
of
You wrote that down, I thought you were kidding. I was like, oh, he's making up games now.
It looks like an interesting survival game.
Nice.
Really like it.
I do love a survival game.
I do. So number 7, Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Love
Also
Doom.
looks really
Last
good.
Doom really underrated, man.
Yeah, I like I like how they actually brought it back. Like it really needed it.
It looks like a sort of a classic remake because it had like the original monsters, I think, and stuff. So I think that'll be
Just
a good
with a
addition
high
to the
def
franchise.
interpretation,
Yeah.
which is really nice. So then Unravel 2, which is out now. You can play now.
Do it.
Division 2, Smash Brothers, Halo, Battlefield 5, and my top is Anthem because why not?
Because Iron Man.
Because Iron Man,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, thanks for watching with us as we recapped and reviewed all of E3 and all the announcements.
Sorry we went 53 minutes over what we thought we were going to do.
Yeah, thanks for watching this long. If you're still watching, it's much appreciated. If
That is
if you've stuck around this long, you may as well like and subscribe to our channel.
Also, if you want, I'll show you my penis.
Yeah. But more importantly,
You will.
like and subscribe. Also, check us out on Instagram and Twitter, 151_gaming.
And we stream on Twitch.
And we do, yeah, which is 151gaming, but spelled out. ONEFIVE. ONE Gaming.
Why did you start talking and then whisper your way down to the bottom?
Because it's a secret.
ONE.
I hope
FIV.
people know how to spell 1 and 5
what I
because
can
you
do.
left.
But yeah, thanks for viewing. Make sure you check out more of our videos if you like what you see. And hit that subscribe button. Ding.
Right.
Thank
Take
you.
care, everyone.
Now they're going to look at the border while we just talk like we're having fun. Have a good laugh.
You guys are fucking cretins.
That's a fake laugh. That's a fake laugh.